really open up a window. Hi, folks. Again, if you are just tuning in and you're voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. But if you are voting for Kamala Harris, please do hit that like button. Help us get to 10,000 likes and share the live as well. We're going to get started in just a minute. How's everybody's day going? We have one more day until Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Do we all recognize that? Like, we're almost done. We are almost done. Dropped our ballots in the mail today. That's awesome. Hey, that's awesome. Massive W's for voting. Folks, again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest requests and let's chat. If you are voting for Kamala Harris, hit that like button. Help us get to 10,000 likes. We are already halfway there, which is wild. Y'all are a little too quick. This is why we have massive historic voter turnout via mail-in ballots as well, because y'all are too quick, which is good. Which is good. So we're going to give it another minute before we get started, okay? Do you guys like my mug? It is Kellyanne Conway. Isn't it great? Looks just like her. Folks, again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request and let's have a chat. But if you are voting for Kamala Harris, hit that like button. Help us get to 10,000 likes. We are almost there. We're about 1,000 away from 10,000, which is awesome. Again, we're going to get started in just a minute. Somebody said it might be Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, it might be. It might be. But I don't know because it doesn't have a butch back, right? Look at that. It's like nothing going on. It's just normal back. So I don't know. Folks, again, if you're voting for Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. If you're voting for Kamala, please tap that like button, tap on your screen. We're going to give it just a moment and then we're going to get started with the first guest. How's everybody's day going? Y'all having a good day? Everybody vibing? We're all alive? We're all alive and vibing? We're all doing good? I trust we're all doing good. Yo, somebody commenting it's Laura Loomer. You guys are wild. Y'all are crazy. I love it. All right, let's get started with our first guest. Again, if you're voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. If you're voting for Kamala, hit that like button. Help us get to 20,000 likes. Let's get started with our first guest. Hello, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I am. How you doing today, man?
You know what? We're alive, which is great. So, why are you voting for the criminal? Do you support crime? Do you hate our police? What's the cause?
No to neither or of those. Actually, I was undecided and went to the NRA convention and met Trump.
Oh, the bankrupt NRA. Ooh.
I mean, yeah. But however you want to claim that. But yeah, I met him and then also met Kamala. And as person that met both of them, I just feel more, how to put this, like he was more of a genuine person.
Oh, me too. I've met both of them too. See, here's me and Kamala. And let me tell you something. Donald Trump is one of the most god-awful people I've ever met. So what was your experience like? You tell me.
He was just really civil.
Was he? Was he civil when he was telling you how he wanted to strip away the rights of women, how he wanted to strip away the rights of union workers, how he wanted to strip away the rights of LGBTQ plus Americans, when he, thought that, if you want to exercise that Second Amendment while you were at the NRA convention there, that Donald Trump, in fact, is the only modern day president to have actually violated it. Was he civil when he was talking to you about that or no?
I mean, I feel like I'm just trying to have a conversation. I feel like you're trying to go into extremes far left really quickly.
Not really, because I'm not far left. I'm as moderate as it gets. Let me assure you that. So tell me again, you're saying that you were voting for Donald Trump solely based off of your personal interaction with him. You feel as though he was civil. Okay. Mind you were at an NRA convention and the guy is the only modern day president to have violated the Second Amendment via his bump stock ban that was introduced in 2017 and overturned in June of this year by his own Supreme Court. So, yeah. Let's be so real, man. Nobody's voting for the sexual abuser, civil fraudster, rapist, felon.
I mean, but
because they think he's civil. Let's be real. So why are you voting for the criminal?
I just told you I met him and he seemed more of a genuine person.
That makes zero sense, right? You're saying that the felon seemed. You're saying that because you met the felon. You're saying that because. Let's be so real. You came up to a debate platform. No, not at all.
No, but
period. No, I agree. They cannot be. Yeah, period. So again, let me tell you something.
They can't be?
So you come onto this debate platform to talk about why you're voting for Trump, and you solely come on here to say, I like Trump because I like his character. I met him and he was very civil. That makes zero sense, my guy. If you're going to come onto the platform, I met both of them too. And I'm telling you right now, Trump is a dump and Kamala Harris is a very intelligent and fierce and respectable woman. There's a difference here. So instead of going off of your personal preferences and feelings as to why you think that the felon is more civil than the prosecutor, a little odd considering he was found liable in civil court, you tell me though, why are you actually voting for the criminal? And maybe this time try to go off of something other than your personal opinion. Do you like his hair? Is it the hair? Because we can do the hair.
I just think it's funny. You are trying to have a debate, but you get really personal and start trying to attack instead of having to just.
It's not an attack. It's just me calling out the ignorance. If you feel that's an attack, that's on you, not me, right?
But that's ignorant on your part, though. You can't have a conversation without just going off on a little tangent every time I say something.
Do you want to get it out of your system?
I mean,
yeah. Because once you're done playing victim, we could have an actual conversation here. Let me know whenever you're ready.
I mean,
go ahead. Go on. Get it out of your
system.
system. Go on.
That's what I mean. You can't even have a civil.
Great. So tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans.
Don't know.
I know you don't. Because you're not voting based off of character, policy, background, or anything that should make you a respectable voter. Rather, you're voting solely based off of you meeting Donald Trump and Donald Trump not directly spitting in your face. Congratulations! Instead, Donald Trump will spit in your face via hike-ups and tariffs and tax deductions for corporations and stripping away your freedoms and violating your rights. Yeah, he'll spit in your face that way. But that'll happen after Election Day if you make him your president.
Question, what has something that Kamala has accomplished as vice president? Can you give me some of those?
I'm glad you asked. So we look at Kamala Harris, who, mind you, I mean, just today, for all of you, y'all heard about Hamas and what happened today? Kamala made that announcement, Y'all heard about that? Maybe you didn't guess. But let's also talk about the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue Plan, the CHIPS and Science Act, the infrastructure package that she negotiated the deal on to ensure we could create tens of thousands of good-paying union jobs that are going to last decades. That's on policy. What she's fighting for now as well is middle-class focus. We're talking about the $25,000 down payment for first-time home buyers, $50,000 down payment for small business entrepreneurs, the additional $10,000 tax incentive, and the $6,000 permanent child tax credit for first-time parents. Mind you, that's a pro-life policy. Did you know that Donald Trump doesn't have a single pro-life policy on his platform? Not one. Yeah, he's not giving a cent to women after they give birth, but he's going to ensure they give birth. Yeah, that's real pro-life. Oh, yeah. And then we look at Kamala Harris and the fact that, one, she became a prosecutor as a black middle-class woman who had every card socioeconomically stacked up against her, and she persevered nonetheless. She became a district attorney, an attorney general, leading the largest Department of Justice, second only to the U.S. Department of Justice, in a state that had the fifth largest economy in the world. And do we recognize that she was beautifully tough on crime, right? She was so respected as an attorney general that she might be the first Democrat where MAGA Republicans don't say Democrats were weak on crime. They claim that Kamala Harris was too tough on crime and over prosecuting, which isn't how it works. And then you have her becoming a senator and a vice president. I mean, do we recognize how accomplished this woman is and how she never forgot her middle class roots, while Donald Trump, on the other hand, thinks that the middle class is a recipe for cookies. And this guy runs around saying, I have a concept of a plan. Where's the healthcare plan, my guy? You've been running for president for 10 years. It's been a decade of Trump and he still doesn't have that healthcare plan he announced on day one. So, yeah, that's why I'm voting for Kamala. I hope that suits you. But we can also talk about freedom if it doesn't suit you, because Kamala Harris believes in the right to choose. Kamala Harris believes in the right to join a union. Kamala Harris believes in the Second Amendment. And no matter how hard you MAGA Republicans claim she's going to take your pew-pews, that's obviously not true, because she's been in office for 4 years and hasn't touched them. But you know who did? Donald Trump. And you mentioned you went to the NRA convention. He violated your Second Amendment. Oh, the guest ran away. See, guests, when you come up here and say you're voting off of Donald Trump because you think he has pretty eyes, and then you get slapped down by somebody who actually knows policy, maybe here's a suggestion for you. Don't vote off of which candidate you have a crush on. Just a thought. Oh gosh, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think I am. Just a thought. Folks, if you are voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. But if you are voting for Kamala Harris, hit that like button. Help us get to 100,000 likes. If you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in my bio, and I greatly appreciate it because that's going to help me pay for gas as I travel the country. Oh, this guest ran away. I'm so sad. Let's get up our next guest. Good morning, Mike. Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? It's actually 5:15 where I'm at. Where are you at where it's the morning? Hello, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
When were you born?
I was born in 2001.
Okay, and why are you voting for a convicted felon? Do you support crime? Do you hate do you hate our police? What's going on?
Oh, not at all. I just believe that, voting for Kamala, it's like America literally shitting
Who
their
is Kamala?
pants. It's you know who Kamala
Who
is.
is Kamala?
You know who that is.
No.
Voting for her is like
Who?
America shitting
Who are we
their
talking
pants
about right now?
and changing their shirt.
Wait, who are we talking about? Melania? I heard how you said the name. Say the name again.
Harris.
Who? Harris. I've never met him. Who are we talking about?
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Did you want
Harris.
to pick who? Say it again.
I'm voting for Trump. I just told you
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah, so I said, why are you voting for the criminal? And you started talking about, I think, Melania or something. I don't know what name you were using
I
here.
said Kamala.
Well, you said some. Again, I don't know what that is. Kamala
Harris.
Kamala.
What are you saying?
I know Kamala. So again, tell me. Let me understand this. You're talking about the country doing a dookie in its pants, but again, I'm asking you not. You said you were voting for Trump, and I get that the country would be taking a dookie in its pants by voting for Trump. Your conversation here is not really making sense. Do you want to back it up and try again? Let's start over. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. So why are you voting for the convicted felon, sexual abuser, and civil fraudster?
Okay, but when were those accusations about the sexual abuse? When did that take place?
Yeah, they were filed before Donald Trump announced he was running for president to pardon himself.
I believe 1986, right?
What? The 80s are so redundant to me. Are you
Right.
Did you not say you were 23? Why are you talking about the 80s? Do you got like a thing from Madonna
who
or
are we
something?
talking about?
So again, let's understand here. You think that it was political persecution against Donald Trump? Is that accurate?
Can you let me get a sentence out?
No. So do you think that political persecution is what Donald Trump was the victim of? Do you know what your problem is? The fact that you can't engage in a conversation and instead you MAGA Republicans have to play victim. Do you want to run away now or do you want to have the conversation? It's up to you.
Can I speak?
Yeah, I'm trying to get an answer out of you. I'm trying to get an answer out of you. If you think I'm the one, let me assure you I'm not. So tell me again, you're voting for the criminal and you think it's what? Political persecution?
Let me explain to you.
It was a yes or no. Do you think it's political? No, it was a yes or no. Do you think it was political persecution?
What was political
Donald Trump? Do you think he was the victim of political persecution? Because when I brought up the convictions, you said, "Well, I don't,
What is this
I don't know about that." Like, can you tell me again? Do you think it was political persecution?
You're asking me why?
Do you know what political persecution means?
You're asking me why am I voting for Trump?
Yeah, and you answered. You answered by crying. Again, listen. I'm asking you a question, and you can answer the question, or I can continue to repeat the question until you answer the question. It's really up to you how you want to do this.
It says
the question was, do you think Donald Trump was the victim of political persecution?
You're so mad. You weren't even letting me speak.
Do you think Donald Trump was the victim of political persecution?
Do you?
Do you?
I'm not here to answer that question. I'm here to.
Of course not, because you can't answer that question. So one more time before we
voting for Trump.
One more time. Listen closely. You brought up your personal opinion on these convictions. I'm asking you if you feel as though it's political persecution to build on what you said. You will answer that, or you'll be fetus deleted out of this channel via this magic wand.
You're a boy, dude. You're faggot, bro.
Oh gosh. Oh, there was the slur. We knew it was coming. Let me clutch my pearls. Let me clutch my pearls. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, I was hate crimed. He hate crimed me. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I guess I'll just get over it. Okay, anyway, so. Oh, he ran away! My hands were here. I didn't even kick him. Apparently, he didn't get the response he wanted. He thought I was going to cry or something for him. Oh, I'll cry if you drop a 20 in the Cash App. Oh my gosh, I'm deceased. Let's get up our next guest, folks. If you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a chat. He was saying he was 23. No 23-year-old acts like that. Let's be so real. Act your age. Like, please act your age. Oh my gosh. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, again, if you're voting for the convicted felon, join the guest request. Let's have a chat. If you want to support me, folks, and you like what you're hearing today, or if you want to pay for my therapy because I keep getting hate crime today, the way to support me in my bio. Hi, guest. I assume you're voting for the criminal, and that's an interesting profile
How you
photo
doing,
you
Buttercup?
picked.
How you doing, Buttercup?
I'm doing good, Tomater. How you doing?
You missed me, didn't you? Hey, you ought to get into theater drama. You are doing good. I'm bragging on you. You putting on a show.
Oh.
Where's your book at? Okay, what about the wig? That's the best part. Put the wig on.
You like put the wig on. Well,
we'll talk about
you're
Trump.
looking for a different kind of content, my friend. I don't have that
Then
page.
we'll talk
I don't
about,
have one of those pages.
we'll talk about
This is
Trump.
TikTok. What's going on?
Wait till you get in your delusional. When you get in your delusional state, then we can talk.
Tomater, tell us again, why are you voting for Donald J. Trump, the 45th convicted felon of these here United States? Although I'm sure you prefer the Confederacy, but tell us again, why are you voting for the felon?
Well, there's multiple reasons. The secure border.
Is that right?
The secure border.
The secure border. There's less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump. What are you talking about? Secure border.
You correct. That just happened in the last 3 months, so. But for
In the last 3
years,
months.
it's wide open.
In the last 3 months. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, now. Tell me right now, dadgummit. Gee golly, yeehaw. Tell me right now, dadgummit. What is Donald Trump's border policy? Do you know what it is?
His new one.
Yeah.
No, his new one is.
All right, let's go over that. Do you want to build the wall?
Yeah, I think we need to
Yeah, you do want to build the wall. Well, we getting fresh tonight. Woo! All right, we want to build the wall. Now, do you want to fund
Kamala
2,000
wants the
border
wall,
security agents on the wall?
Yep.
Yeah, doggy, we want to fund those 2,000 border agents on the wall. Can I get a yeehaw in the chat, please? A yeehaw! All right, let's go on to the next question on Donald Trump's policy right here, daggone. Do you want to block illegal asylum seekers? That's IAL, just like that illegal marriage you got with your sister. Do you want to block illegal asylum seekers?
Yep, we sure do.
Yeah, doggy. We want to block illegal asylum seekers. Can I get a hallelujah in the chat? All right, let's get up our next little point here. So you want to build the wall, those agents. So you're really on board with Donald Trump's policy and the illegal blocking of the immigration. It's like that education they're always talking about. All right. Brian, thank you for the $5 on Venmo for the reparations. Thank you, Brian. All right, let's get to the next point here. Sorry to waste y'all's time. I know we gotta get to supper. Tell me right now, do you wanna give money, like dollars, for border security to the states? It's called states' rights, he calls it.
Yep, just a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, dadgummit, we want to give them the money. All right, that's more money than we're going to have to pay for that raccoon for dinner. You know, they're eating the cats and the dogs after all.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome possum. We're having possum for dinner. Now tell me again. There goes my tinfoil hat. Can't keep that on my head.
We're having fun.
We're almost on to the last point, Uncle Daddy. Tell me right now, Tomater, dadgummit, do you want to put a limit on immigration?
Well, I don't know about a limit. There just ought to be rules and
So
restrictions.
2 million
on who they
people walk
qualify
over the
to
border
be
right
allowed.
now. Let me explain how Donald Trump explained it. This was probably the dumbest analogy he's ever done, low-key. Ready? So he says, if you have a cup and the country is the cup, you can't pour water on the side of the cup. Otherwise, that's illegal. He says you want to pour it in the cup like so, but if you fill it too high, the cup overflows and then the cup breaks like a country. So he says we're going to put a cap on the cup so that it doesn't overflow, like so. Do you want to put a cap on the cup?
Well, like I said, what he and me, we ain't gonna 100% agree on everything.
Okay, so you don't want a cap on it?
I don't think nobody agree 100% with it.
Well, dadgummit, you just endorsed Kamala Harris. Let's get some W Kamalas in the
There's
chat.
the
Yeah! Woo-hoo! Hey, doggy. That dumb. Who knew that was going to happen today? Let's get some W
know what?
Kamalas in the
This
chat.
video,
Hold on,
you
so let me
got-
get
you
this
ought to make more
right.
money,
So you
brother.
just endorsed the wall. You endorsed the 2,000 border security agents. You support the block on illegal asylum seekers, and you want to give the money to the border states. None of those Donald Trump is running on. He ain't even running on the wall anymore. He's running on mass deportation. And then the only policy that you disagreed with was limiting immigration. In fact, you want more immigrants in your country. Now, how about that?
Legal,
How
brother.
about that? Yeah,
Legal
and my
immigrants,
statement
I don't see
stands. You're
nothing
saying
wrong
you
with it.
endorse Kamala's border policy through and through. The only part you disagree with is that you want more
Kamala
immigrants.
just won a while.
So let me get this right. So
At
let's get
first
this
she
right
said
again. So wait,
it
let's get
would-
this right again.
she
So
would
you
not make
endorse
it
Kamala's
illegal.
border
She just
policy.
flip-flopped
So you
on the
endorse Kamala's border
wall.
policy through and through. And the
She
only
just
policy,
flip-flopped.
the only policy, Uncle Daddy, that you disagreed with was her wanting to limit immigration. You think we should just have
Listen.
all the immigrants come into our
You're
country.
trying
And
to
you said
talk,
it
but
so
she's
confidently
flip-flopping,
too.
So you can talk on
She's
either
flip
side, and
flopping.
you cannot be
You know who
wrong.
flip flopped,
That's
my
who
guy?
flip-flops.
You know who flip flopped?
You with Kamala.
Okay.
Put your wig on. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Monique! Thank you so much for the jets.
Hey.
That's awesome.
At least you did
Thank you,
get
Monique.
entertainment.
Listen, if I'm one thing, if I'm one thing, you know, it is smart. It is funny. It's gorgeous. If I'm one thing, it is beautiful and perfect. And also, I can make a good lasagna. All right, so let's move on from this. So you just endorsed Kamala on the border, and in fact, the only policy you disagreed with was the policy where she wanted to limit immigration. You apparently think we should have more immigrants in the country, and you know what? You're entitled to whatever you want to believe. But I'm just saying that does not make you a conservative. That makes you that. I mean, you're tiptoeing borderline socialism on that one. But hey, you know what? To each
Well,
their
you
own.
don't think
So now,
Ward
tell
had
me
no
again.
immigrants?
Tell me again. Tell me again.
You don't think Ward had immigrants?
I already got what I needed on the border. You already said you endorsed Kamala Harris on the border. So let's move on. So let's talk about the economy. Can you tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans?
Yeah, child tax credit when it got raised from $1,200 to $2,500 per kid. That helped everybody with kids a whole lot. What are you playing dumb for? Like you don't know what?
Well,
I'm
let's
talking
think about that. Who introduced the child tax credit expansion?
Do what? Trump
Do what? He goes, do what?
Trump's the one got it passed. You playing dumb. You know I'm talking truth.
Let's get some thank you Nancy's in the chat for Nancy Pelosi. Let's get some W Nancy's and
When it
thank
went
you
from
Nancy's in the
12 to
chat.
2,500,
Yeah, so Nancy
you think
Pelosi gave you that child tax credit. Donald Trump signed it because he was
Nancy
being
Pelosi
pressured.
did not do that.
Hold on.
Trump
Let me
signed
explain.
that.
Let me explain. Donald Trump signed Nancy Pelosi's tax credit expansion for children because he was being pressured to during the pandemic. Same thing with the stimulus package. He couldn't
Now,
not give the money.
tell him about
I'm
the
not
chips
done.
and
I'm not done.
Seinfeld.
I am not done, Uncle
Trump
Daddy.
started that.
I'm not done, Uncle Daddy. I'm not done.
No, you're not,
And then
but
we
I'm here.
recognize and we recognize that Donald Trump's own party, the MAGA Republican Party, just blocked a child tax credit expansion last month. They don't believe in the child tax credit anymore. But
Trump ain't in
Kamala's
there.
running. Hold on.
Chill.
Kamala is running on the child tax credit expansion. She wants to up it to $6,000, which is far more than what you just said Donald Trump did. And also, let's recognize Joe Biden also expanded the child tax credit. So if this is why you're voting off of Donald Trump, I mean, you're saying you're voting for Donald Trump, but you endorse Kamala's border policy, and you're happy that he offered the child tax credit that Joe Biden and Kamala also offered. It's a little weird. You sound a little confused.
Let's go
You
ahead
sound
and
more
tell the Democrats
confused.
about the
You
Chips
sound
and
more
Science Act.
confused.
Trump started
All
that
right.
too.
You sound more confused than me before I came out. Listen,
Because
my
all
guy,
you
here's what we're going to
Democrats
do
know
here.
that.
Here's what we're going to do here.
But you
Tell
can't
me
say I'm
again,
wrong.
what
I
is
appreciate
one
it.
policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited the middle class? All right, go ahead.
Y'all like the Chips and Science Act. He started that too.
My guy, let's not play.
I'm not playing. You know I'm telling the truth. And if
We don't gotta play.
You ain't got knowledge. You need to do some. Info.
No, we don't got to play. That's not, you know that's not
started
true.
the Chips and Science Act.
Listen, you know that's not true, right? Because it never hit the
$5,000
brother.
Look it up when the Chips and Science Act started.
I did.
Under
And I did
Trump.
this. I had the same conversation last night.
Under
It
Trump.
was Joe Biden. Nope. Joe
You're
Biden.
wrong.
No,
Now you're
I'm not
lying.
wrong.
I don't
Bro,
like
you are
to
too
talk.
far
I don't like
gone.
to tell anybody they're lying.
All right. So so basically, let me get this right.
Just like
so let me get
He
this right.
started the
So you came up
insulin
here.
at
Let me get this right.
$35.
All right. Thank you, cousin. Let me get this right. So you come up here and you say, one, that you endorse Kamala's border policy because you thought it was Donald Trump's, and you got tricked. And sorry, you got tricked. That
I didn't
stinks.
get tricked. I told the truth.
Yeah, you told the truth. But you only said you agreed because you thought it was Trump's. Now,
No,
you
I know
realize
what
now.
Trump and hers are just-
hey, I get it. So you endorse
I was
Kamala's
wrong
border
with the
policy.
original.
You endorse Kamala's border policy. Great. Then
You're
you
wrong.
say that you want more immigrants in the country. Hey, you know what? More power to you, my guy. Donald Trump doesn't, but hey, clearly you're
Yes,
not voting
he
for
does.
Trump
Legal.
anymore.
Legal.
Hold on. No. And then
Yes,
also,
yes.
let's recognize here, you're talking about the Chips and Science Act that you support. Joe Biden, Kamala gave you that. Thank you for the
No,
Florida Sheila.
that's Trump
Hold on, I ain't
started it.
done. I ain't
Tell the
done.
truth to the
I ain't
people if you're
done,
gonna
Uncle
talk.
Daddy. I ain't done.
Well, tell the
Again, and
truth.
then we go into the child tax credit, which your party just
Right.
blocked a month ago from passing, and Kamala and Joe passed, and also
Kamala
Nancy
and
Pelosi
Joe's in there.
introduced.
How could
Hold
they
on, I'm not
block
done. I'm not done. So let me understand here, okay? So you endorse Kamala on the border policy. You endorse Kamala Harris with the Chips and Science Act. You endorse Kamala Harris on the child tax credit, and
Trump
yet
started
you're
the
still
Chips and
saying you're
Science
voting
Act.
for
You need to
Trump.
do some
Let's make it
research.
make sense, Uncle Daddy. So tell me again,
Now,
why
Buttercup-
are you voting for the convicted felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster?
Let's call spades and play fair. You know Trump started the Chips and Science Act.
I ain't
You know
never
who
heard a
started
reference
the
like that.
insulin
That was a new
at
one.
$35.
You saying he capped insulin
If
costs
you
too?
don't got that
Oh my gosh.
information, you say
Dude,
that.
dude, Joe Biden was running on that stuff in 2020. What
You're
are you
wrong,
talking
brother.
about?
You're wrong, brother.
No, I'm not. We all lived 2020.
Do some
This was Joe
research
Biden's
and see
policy.
if I'm not right.
Sir, Uncle Daddy. Again, this was Joe Biden's policy. Clearly, you guys like his policy if you're sitting here taking credit for everything Joe Biden did. Like, do we recognize that? Maybe you would have something to run on yourself if Donald Trump accomplished anything during his time in office, but he accomplished nothing, so you have to take the Democrats' wins. Isn't that a little weird? So tell me again, Uncle Daddy, why are you voting for the convicted felon? Is it like an actual reason?
Like I said, he had the
All right,
idea.
somebody
put
drop
it
a
out
20 and
there,
we'll hocus
Joe
pocus this
Biden
guy out of
signed it in,
existence.
and y'all try and take credit for it, but you won't tell it straight. Twiddly dee, twiddly do, but you still I got no
What did you
information.
just say? What is this?
Twiddly dee, twiddly do, sitting there looking like a fool.
Oh my gosh.
You need to do some information on that though. Quit lying to the people.
When did the Chips and Science Act pass?
Trump started it.
Nope. When was it introduced in Congress?
Trump under
Nope.
Trump's
You can keep
administration is when
saying
it
that
was all
Donald
started.
Trump came up with it, but that's not true.
Biden signed it
Ain't that
into
right?
legislation.
You know, you MAGA
Trump
Republicans.
started
hold
it.
on. Do we
Biden
recognize that
signed
you
it
MAGA
into
Republicans do this
legislation.
all the time? First off, Joe Biden introduced it. Joe Biden passed it. Period.
Right.
Now, the Chips and
Right.
Science Act isn't the first time you've done this, right? Look at the wall. Y'all take credit for the wall, but who introduced the wall? George Bush. Who built the wall? Barack Obama, 400 miles. Donald Trump built 50 miles and then said that he's the one who built the
You're
whole
wrong,
thing. And
right.
that ain't true.
Tell him
I'm not wrong about that. What do you mean I'm wrong? George W. Bush introduced the wall.
Did
Barack
Biden
Obama
car
built
hose in the
400
wall?
miles.
Did Biden
What
sell
is
the wall
this?
material?
What?
Did Biden's administration sell the wall material?
No, that literally makes no sense. There was no material for them
There
to
was
sell
no wall material
because Donald Trump could not negotiate the
So you're
deal
wrong.
with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck
If
Schumer
you
to
had a
build the
little
wall. You're not
info,
listening.
you
You're not
wouldn't be
listening.
fighting
I have a
both
lot of
sides.
info. Listen, you
You
can't
just
come
ain't
up
got
here.
enough
Let's make something
information.
clear. You came up here, Uncle
And you
Daddy.
ain't got no
Uncle
information.
Daddy. Uncle Daddy. You came up here,
Buttercup.
and first off, you endorsed Kamala Harris on the border. Then you applaud her for the Chips and
Do
Science
some
Act
research
and the
and
child
you'll see
tax
that
credit.
I'm right, and
And
you'll
then
see
you
that
turn
you've been
around and
listening to
every single
lies.
fact you're given, you just say, that's
When
not
you-
true. That
when you
ain't
do your
true.
research,
That
you
ain't
see
true.
that
My
I'm telling
auntie
you the
mama said
truth.
that ain't true.
Well, do
My
research
wife's sister, my
and see if
sister
I'm
slash
telling you the
wife, or
truth.
whatever it is, you're saying, you're just
They
saying
tore
everything's a
holes in
lie.
the wall. See
All right,
if they
folks.
sell wall material.
What is going on right here? I
Then
know
you
that the
need to
education
switch your
system, in some states, that education system ain't that good, but come on, what is this? Guess what state are you
And the
from?
main thing is
What
the
state are
policies
you
on
from?
the kids are pushing. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what you
All right,
ought to
let's
walk
talk
off
about
from.
those kids. So tell me again.
They go to pushing them policies
What state?
to hurt kids.
What
That's when
state?
you ought to leave them, brother.
What state do you hail from? What's your state?
I'm from Kentucky.
You know what? That made sense. You are from Kentucky. I could have called that. Could have
Two
called
and
it.
two's almost four.
I
ain't it?
could have called it. I should have known.
Kentucky or West Virginia.
Kentucky
right?
makes sense. Oh, no, not West Virginia. No, they're too close to Pennsylvania and Ohio. But Kentucky, yeah, I'll say you're probably from Kentucky. Getting a little down south into Alabama. But anyhow, do you think you're making Kentuckians look good today? Like, do you think you're making Kentucky's, like,
Well-
Kentucky's education system apparently needs a lot of help. Respectfully, this might be a good.
If me and you
This
measured
might be a good
wallets
social
respectfully,
test.
you'd probably cry.
I might what?
Respectfully. If we measure in wallets, you'd be crying.
If we measured what?
Wallets.
Wallets.
Cash, money.
Oh, wallets. Did you just call me broke?
Then
You're
then
so
you'd probably
right.
cry.
You are so right. Again, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the bio.
Then
This guest
you'd
is calling me
probably
broke.
cry.
You're right. Yes, I would cry.
Miss
You're
Harris
right.
ain't paying you that much.
Do you know how much money? Dude, I've been traveling the states, like swing states, meeting voters. Let me tell you something. Nobody tells you how much. Okay, and I get the gas is low, but when you go from Erie, Pennsylvania to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and back, let me tell you something. Okay, that's expensive. That is expensive. So if anybody wants to support me as I continue to meet voters, which mind you, we did flip 2 Republicans today. So if anybody wants to support me, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash Up in the bio, because this guest says I'm broken. You know what, guest? You're right. So
And
let's
you
move
need help.
on. So
And if y'all support them, you should help them.
Excuse me.
If y'all support
Excuse
them,
me.
you should help
I'm
them.
trying to have a conversation here with you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So, where do you stand? And I'm just curious, where do you stand on abortion?
Very, very few circumstances I'd stand for it.
Like?
Like rape, something, life gonna unalive the mom or something like that. Some medical problem, could
Okay,
unalive
grape,
the mom.
incest, life of the mother.
Yep.
Okay, now what is your weekly cutoff? So on the national average, you're looking at 18 to 24 weeks because that is when the pregnancy begins to become viable. So do you believe in that weekly cutoff, or are you like one of those 0-week abortion bans? Because I think that glob of tissue is a living whatever. Like, is that you, or what's you?
I think after they leave the pill, if it has to go to a operating table, it's too far from me.
Okay, so then you're saying like 18 to 24 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Uncle Daddy, my guy, you're pro-choice. Wait, hold on. So let me get this right. So you're pro-choice. You endorse Kamala on the border policy. You like the Chips and Science Act, even though you think Donald Trump capped insulin and did the Chips and Science Act, which he didn't. You just credit him for that. No, stop that right now. Again, I'm not gonna harp on that because I just don't care. But again, we know that Joe Biden and Kamala introduced it and passed it. You're saying Trump did. You're entitled to. You are entitled. Listen, my guy, you're entitled to your conspiracies. You're entitled to your conspiracies. So let me get this right. So you like what they accomplished, and you endorse Kamala on the border, and you're pro-choice, but you're voting for Trump. This is definitely an ideological. This is definitely
on the kids that they.
Oh my gosh, this is definitely an ideological placeholder. Like, you were put into the position of thinking you are a MAGA Republican, yet in no way, shape, or form are you a MAGA Republican. What's going on here? Like, I get it. I grew up in a rural conservative hometown, right? I mean, if it wasn't for me having a Democratic family, I absolutely would be a MAGA Republican right now because I wouldn't know better. You clearly didn't have that Democratic family to put you in your place and make you understand that you treat women with respect, but clearly you know to treat women with respect because you're pro-choice. So where'd you get lost? What happened? Let's get some one of us in the chat. One of us! One of us! One of us! Dude, you are one of us. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, come on, man. What is this?
She got me tickled.
I got you homest.
This girl here claiming she went to hollering, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She got me tickled.
She's got you. Never mind. Not important. Okay, so let me get this right. You're going to vote for Trump.
Yep, 100%.
But through and through, I really do hope you recognize you're in fact one of us. You're just confused.
You know that you have lost this election now, don't you?
Nope. Actually, according to the polls, and let's talk about the polls. I love talking about the polls. I love numbers. I'm a numbers guy. In fact, I am the guy who programmed the website that tracks Donald Trump's interests as it increases via his debt from a civil fraud case, and that was featured in HuffPost. Now let's talk about those. Let's talk about those polls. So we look at. All right, now calm down, Uncle Daddy. We look at Pennsylvania. Harris is ahead, 53 to 47. Michigan, Harris is ahead, 55 to 45. Wisconsin, Harris is ahead, 54 to 46. Do we recognize that?
How old are these polls you're talking about, brother?
Sir, this is the 538 election average. You want to go look? Type in 538 forecast. It gets. You're not listening. This is the most. This is today.
It's today.
Today,
okay.
yes.
That's the reason I'm asking.
Today. Now, again, this has, I mean, Nevada, 55 to 45, Kamala's ahead.
Right.
Like,
but overall,
you recognize, do you recognize, you're saying he's winning, but statistically.
Everybody who's winning overall.
Okay, I mean, statistically, let's not only consider these polls, but let's also recognize in 2022, the polls had Republicans ahead. Hold on. The polls had Republicans ahead in 2022. Okay. However, the Democrats won, like in Pennsylvania. John Fetterman, who's now the senator of Pennsylvania, was supposed to lose the Senate race by 3 points, yet he won by 5. Yeah. He was supposed to lose by 3, won by 5, according to the polls. Now the polls have Kamala ahead, and we recognize that means she'll likely win by double digits because the polls are still favoring Republicans. Mind you, here's another one. 28. Ready for this? 28 out of the 28 out of the last 29 polls were funded by Republicans, and yet Kamala is still ahead. Even though the polls are funded by Republican organizations, Kamala is still ahead because they can't even twist the data. How insane is that?
535 poll, you're telling me Kamala overall.
It's not 535. It's called 538, and there's a reason for that. But I guess it don't matter that much.
You're telling me overall that Kamala's got the win.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up. And what's the name of the poll?
530. It's called 538.
538?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up. And Kamala's got the win overall.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the total on it, brother?
Again, so you go Wisconsin, 54 to 46, Michigan, 55 to 45, Pennsylvania, 53 to 47. Yeah. Kamala's ahead in each swing state.
On 30. I'm talking about the whole thing. Every state.
Listen, I don't know. Go through and tally it all as a whole. Again, the election's dependent on who wins.
You just want to read three, right?
Hold on. Let me be clear. Those 3 states, whoever wins those 3 states wins the election.
Yeah, but what's the forecast for all of them?
Kamala's still ahead. Kamala's still ahead. But again, I want to be clear. Whoever wins Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, just like in 2016, just like in 2020, they win the election.
You're right.
It's every time, and they always vote together. So this is But anyway, all right, Uncle Daddy, I appreciate
All
it.
right.
You basically
Have a
came up
good-
here, you endorsed Kamala on the border, you said you were pro-choice, and that you're just deeply confused.
Come over and start voting for Trump, and you have a good day.
Oh, you are deeply lost and confused. All right, everybody in the chat, are you ready? We're going to do a good old-fashioned hocus pocus. Now,
See you, Buttercup.
again, guess I know you'd rather have a hoedown, throwdown,
Drop
but
me
we're
so I
talking
don't
about a
have to
hocus
run.
pocus. 3, 2, 1.
Drop.
Everybody say hocus pocus in the chat. Hocus pocus. Oh, he disappeared. Oh, the magic is real in America. Oh, gosh, the magic is so real. Gosh, isn't it phenomenal? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Ugh, phenomenal. Let's get up our next guest, slowly but surely. And Linnea, I want to say a massive thank you for your support via PayPal. Thank you so much, Linnea. I just received your message. Hello, guest. Are you voting for the convicted criminal? Also, Michael, thank you so much. And Anne, thank you for Anne's message just says Uncle Daddy with a bunch of laughing emojis. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Michael. Let's get up our next guest. Again, folks, if you're voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. Oh, and if you haven't already, folks, please do tap that screen as well. Help us get to 200,000 likes. Jocelyn, haven't you already been up before? 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Bye, Jocelyn. Let's get up our next guest. I'm just going to keep the wand close by. In case we got to do a good old-fashioned hocus pocus. Thank you for the ghost. Robert, hi. Are you voting for the convicted criminal? Robert, are we in your back pocket? Do you know you joined this live? We're in Robert's back pocket, everybody. Look around. Isn't it great? Isn't it grand? He's got the whole wide world in the back pocket. All right, we're going to move on. Again, folks, if you're voting for Donald, somebody commented it's dark in here. Why is it wet in here? R1, hi, are you voting for Donald Trump? I mean, clearly you are. So why did you pick the convicted felon? Do you hate our police? Do you support crime? Is it like, what's going on? What's going on?
Dude, what is wrong with you, bro? You got like some mental issues? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell. You just get up here and insult people.
Oh, goodness gracious. You think this is an insult? Sir, just because somebody's smarter than you, it doesn't mean that's an insult to you. It just means you're ignorant. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, why are you voting for the convicted felon?
Because he's right.
Yeah, and this is the left. Thank you for making that clear. So, again, why are you voting for the convicted felon?
Because he's right, and he's better than Kamala.
Yes. Again, so there's right wing. Okay, yay, he understands what right wing means. And then there's left wing. Oh my gosh, he knows what left wing means. Okay, so why are you voting for the criminal, the rapist,
because
the civil
better.
Fraudster? Because he's better. In what sense does that make any sense? Like, make it make sense.
He's more of a leader.
This is okay. Listen, my guy. I need some answers via policy,
right,
some
don't
statistics.
assume my gender. Don't
you
assume
turn
my
around
gender.
again. You know,
gender.
you're so right. You're so right.
Don't
You're
assume
so
my
right.
gender.
Gosh, goodness gracious, you're so right.
Please have some decency, man. Come on.
I apologize. You're so right.
I accept it. Thank you.
Okay. You're absolutely. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So now tell me again. If I ask you why you're voting for the criminal, rapist, civil fraudster, try to offer an answer that's, comprehensive. Because this is like me asking you, what's your favorite kind of food? And you saying, I like the edible kind. Duh. Give me like some sort of breakdown here, right? Make it make sense. So again, instead of saying he's a leader, make it make sense. Break it down. Give us a policy. Let's try one. Can you name me a policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefit middle-class Americans, like something he passed that benefited us?
No, but I like Agenda 47.
You go, no, really? You can't name a single policy? What is going on? You can't name a single policy he passed that economically benefited Americans? What is going on?
What about
okay,
his
let's try a
tax
different question. So, can you tell me what is Donald Trump's plan for the border?
That's the question?
I mean, yeah, did I stutter?
No, you just kind of.
Okay, well, so then answer the question. So what's his plan for the border?
His plan for the border: deport all the illegal aliens.
How?
I don't know.
Dude,
It's
what is
better
this?
than- hey,
This is
better
a
than-
different level of uneducation. What's going on right now?
Excuse
Folks,
me,
this
I'm
is why we
talking.
can't be following Agenda 47. We ought to invest in our education system, not defund the Department of Education.
System.
Well, you
It
want to
clearly
defund the
failed
Department
you,
of
bro.
Education?
It clearly failed you, bro.
Clearly
We're
not.
good.
You can't name a
Clearly
single
it did.
policy Donald Trump passed, neither. Can you name a single thing he's running on?
A camouflage Harris Walls hat, bro. You're an embarrassment.
Oh, I am? Oh, gosh, because I care what the uneducated person thinks.
bro,
Oh,
chill,
gosh, I
chill,
care so
Yank.
much
Bro,
when you
chill.
think.
Bro, chill.
Oh, no.
Chill. Like, it's not that deep, bro. What? Yeah, you know what, bro? You're the most zesty man I've ever met in my life. Have a good night, bro.
Oh, you're going to run away? Oh, we ran away. We got a runner. No. Let's get some cow emojis in the chat, please. No. I asked him for a single policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited Americans, and he couldn't name it. Then I asked him what is Donald Trump's border policy, and he couldn't name that either. So let's be clear. He didn't leave because I'm zesty. He left because he didn't know a single thing that Donald Trump is running on. And he was embarrassed. That's what happened. Welcome to life. Hi, Lynn.
Oh my goodness. They're afraid. But there'll be no hanking or eyeing between
Oh, it was
Lynn,
accident.
what are
I'm
we?
sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. What are we watching?
and them.
My father's watching a movie.
Is it
I'm
good?
sorry. That's the first
No,
time I
you're
did that. I don't even know what I'm doing. You can drop
You're
it.
good. Have a good one. Bye.
You too.
All right, let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you are voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. If you do want to support me, again, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. It goes towards, as of right now, normally it goes towards my college fund. As of right now, this is all going towards my travels because I have been meeting a lot of voters and traveling a lot, and it is way more expensive than I thought it was going to be. Hi, guest. How you doing, Lou?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Eating a honey stick. You want one?
Yeah.
All right. So, are you voting for the criminal? Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, again, if you're voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Come on up. That was phenomenal. Okay, this one won't open. I'm just chewing on plastic. Ugh. Trying to get up our next guest. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Slowly but surely, maybe we'll get a Trumper up here. Folks, again, if you're voting for Donald Trump, don't be shy. Don't be shy now. Come on up. Step right up. Step right up. Come on up. You know, again, you look at, oh, hold on. Let me do this right. Let me do this right. Let me do this right for you. If you're voting for Donald J. Trump, the 45th convicted felon of these United States, join the guest request. Let's have a chat. Again, if you think Johnny's not a nice guy, if he's not going to treat you well, you're wrong. He's very nice. He's the nicest guy I've met from China. I said China. I meant China, from China to Russia. He's very nice. All right. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, I am.
Wow, that's kind of gross.
Why? This country was built by criminals, so why the hell not?
This country was built by what?
This fucking country was built by criminals.
Oh, was it now? Gosh, apparently I got lost in history class. Look at that. Wow.
You did get lost. You did.
That's a
You should
really
do more
weird
research.
take, you know that? You're saying that you think, the country was founded by criminals. And I mean, yeah, when we talk about slavery and whatnot, oh, absolutely, right? However, I want to recognize that that doesn't justify you voting for a criminal. You can easily denounce those criminals right? And then turn around and say, I'm going to do better by not voting for a criminal. What you're saying is, hey, you know what? Criminals founded this country. It's fine voting for the civil fraudster, rapist, felon. Why not? It doesn't add up, right?
Hey,
Maybe try to do better. So again, why are you
voting?
voting? Why are you voting for the felon?
Truthfully, he's going to put more money in my father's company.
Oh, you have corporate interests? Is that what it is?
I have big corporate interest.
I can tell. So what was your point, like, to come up here and tell, let me get this right. So was your point to come up here and say to the middle class Americans tuning in right now, oh, that they should increase their taxes via Donald Trump's tariffs and your tax deduction so that you can make more money? Like, legit, think about this. You came up here as a MAGA Republican. And hold on, let's be clear here. Let's be clear here. You need to win the vote of the middle class to win this election. And what you thought you were going to do was come up here as somebody with corporate interests and say that you want the middle class to spend more out of pocket and via taxes so that you can get a tax deduction and more money in your pocket. That's what you thought you were doing. But that does not help you win the middle class, because the middle class they want the money in their pocket, right? Right, because it's our turn. But you really came up here and you thought you did something. Like, you really thought you were cooking something, but you were cooking yak. You were cooking gack. Let's be very clear here again. Kamala Harris is going to take away your 14% corporate tax deduction, and I'm going to laugh at you as she takes it away and gives it to first-time parents. And I'm going to laugh at you every step of the way as those parents step into the economy, then take advantage of her $50,000 down payment for entrepreneurs and wipe your company out of business. Then I'm going to laugh as you cry and collect your Social Security, which, mind you, I thought you guys thought that was socialism. Now you want it? Very weird. I'm going to laugh at you every step of the way. But get your corporate butt out of my life. Let's move on. He really thought he did something, didn't he? He really thought. Let's get up the next one. Hello, guest.
Hello.
Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes. Hello. Are you just gonna sit there and stare? I guess we're just sitting here.
Sorry, I thought I'd take a deep, long look into your eyes to see if there was anything going on in that head of yours, but nope, empty. Not a thought. Smooth brain. It's giving golden retriever. So tell me again now, why are you voting for a convicted criminal? Oh, he ran away! Oh, no! Oh, no, I'm so sad. I guess I'll just have to get over it. Oh my god, wait, I lifted the wand! Oh, maybe I hocus pocused him out of existence. Apparently, I don't even need to say the words anymore. I just lift the wand and they run away. Now that right there, that's funny right there. That means that the MAGA Republicans recognize the wand means we're about to hocus pocus them out of existence. He ran away because I lifted the wand. Do we recognize that? This is a powerful wand. Oh man, that's so funny. This wand, by the way, came right from Salem. It's apparently very powerful. Hi, Timmy. Are you voting for the criminal?
No, I'm not voting.
Cool. Bye.
Wait.
He goes, no, I'm not voting. Okay. What? Did you read the caption? Did you read it? Says, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why are you voting for Trump? Huh?
Hey, what's up, man?
Vincent, hi. Are you voting for the convicted criminal?
Oh, hell no.
I appreciate you coming up, Vincent.
I say hell
Thank
no.
you. Let's get some W Vincents in the chat, please. And let's get up our next guest. Again, folks, if you are voting for Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. If you're voting for Kamala, tap that like button, help us get to 300,000 likes. And if you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. It helps me travel so I can meet more voters, which is nice, and I appreciate it. Also, I want to say thank you, Mark, for the 5. I saw that on PayPal. I appreciate it, Mark. Thank you. Let's get up our next guest. Slowly but surely. Again, where's the MAGA Republicans? Hey, I see the MAGA Republicans in the chat. Here's an idea. Get some courage. Use your voice and join the guest requests. Again, I don't need a keyboard warrior in my chat, right? I don't need a keyboard warrior in my chat. So the mods are going to kick you, MAGA, if you're in my chat. Instead, get into the guest requests. Very easy. Very, very easy. Let's try to get up our next one. Bum, 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 ba-dum. They're scared. Don't be scared. Again, MAGA, don't be a keyboard don't be a keyboard warrior. Get into the guest request. See, here's the thing. Again, MAGA, get out of the comment section and stop crying, you keyboard warriors, you snowflakes. How about you try getting into the guest request and talking? Just a thought. Use that voice. Use the voice. Oh, you can't because you're a programmed bot by Russia. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Well, I'm voting for Trump.
Okay, that's what he said. Next time, save us both sometime and just say, yeah, because criminal and Donald Trump is the same thing. So why are you voting for the felon?
Well, I'm voting for him because, first of all, when you see Kamala talking, she do the same thing every time, just smiling. I'm laughing.
What?
That when Kamala talk, she just smile and laugh.
I mean, goodness gracious. Oh, gosh. God forbid a woman smiles and laughs. Oh, God forbid a woman smiles and laughs. Oh, no. You're so right. You're so right. In fact, you've changed my mind. Because Kamala Harris smiled and laughed, I'm no longer going to vote for her. I'm going to give up my right to marry, the rights of women who want the right to choose, the rights of union workers. And you know what? Forget black Americans voting. I'm voting for Trump. You know, because Donald Trump will take away black Americans' right to vote. Donald Trump will impede on the rights of union workers. Donald Trump will strip away the right to choose even more so than he already did. Donald Trump will strip away the right to marry. You're so right, though, because Kamala laughs and smiles like a human being. I can't vote for her. Do you see how, do you see how that sounded a little, right? Because when I say what you just said, but I put context behind it, it sounds really silly. So tell me again, you're voting for the criminal because?
It's better for the United States.
Okay. That's not an answer. That's like me asking you, what kind of food do you like to eat? And you saying, I like the edible kind. Or that's like me saying, what color is the sky? And you saying, it's the color of, well, it's not the color of grass. I know that. You got to break it down for me, my guy. Give me some ingredients here, right? A recipe, if you will.
I'm voting for Trump because he's stronger for this country.
Oh, okay. So apparently we can't give more info on this. Okay. Can you tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans? Silence. Okay. Do you know what Donald Trump is running on with the border? What's his border deal?
The border?
Mm-hmm.
Stronger with the border. That should be.
Okay. I'm going to go through his policy. You tell me what you do and don't support. Then we're going to talk about Kamala and Joe's stance on this and what Kamala's running on, okay? Do you want to build the wall? This is Donald Trump. Do you want to build the wall?
Me? No.
You don't want to build the wall?
No. No, I won't build it.
Not you personally. So do you want, so Donald Trump, what is going on? Not you personally. So Donald Trump is saying he's going to build the wall. I'm saying, would you like Donald Trump to build the wall?
Yeah, he will build it, yeah.
Okay, so you want that?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, Donald Trump wants to fund 2,000 border security agents to monitor the wall that he's building. Again, you're not building it personally, he's building it. So do you want to, not you, would you like the government to fund border security, these agents to monitor the wall?
And if it's for security, yes.
Okay. And now Donald Trump wants to limit immigration? Do you want to limit immigration?
Well, it's not that he wants to limit immigration.
It's just a yes or no.
No.
It's literally word for word his policy. Limit immigration is the title that he has. It's the 2-word title. So do you want to limit immigration?
Illegal immigration, yes.
Okay.
Illegal, yes.
So here's what Donald Trump is saying. He's saying that this bottle is the country. He's saying when you fill it up with water all the way and consider the water legal immigrants, you don't just keep filling up the bottle. At some point, you need to stop. So he's saying we're going to put a cap on the bottle the same way we'll put a cap on the country. Do you want to put a cap on the bottle? Sorry, I had to drink some of the illegal immigrants real quick. I'm kind of thirsty. So do you want to put a cap on the bottle? There's not going to be any illegal immigrants left in here by the time I'm done.
Yeah, with illegal, yeah.
Okay, so again, do you want to cap legal immigration, though? That's what he's saying. That if you have too many legal immigrants, it's going to flood the bottle, aka put a cap on the bottle. Do you want to do that?
With legal, yeah.
Okay, so legal cap. Do you want to now block, this is illegal now, ILL. Do you want to block illegal immigrants from seeking asylum?
As long as, well, that's what he's talking about. As long as they clear, they could come in.
Okay, now Donald Trump is saying if they come here, that he'll turn them around for 5 years if they do it illegally. They won't come back for half a decade. You agree?
Yes, I'm agreeing.
Okay. Now, last one, and then we're going to talk about Kamala. Do you want to give, not you, again, this isn't you personally. This isn't you personally. Now, again, do you want Donald Trump to give money to border states like Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona to secure the border? He calls it states' rights. Do you want that?
Yeah, security, yes.
Okay. Now, do you want to talk about Kamala's policy?
Yeah, what is her policy?
Okay. Kamala says that she wants to use, and now this is a word that they've said for Donald Trump time and again, but he never said this. Kamala wants this. Kamala wants mass deportation, which means you have the government raiding homes. You know, they can come up to your house, ask if you're harboring immigrants. They can go to your business and ask if they can see your books so that they can ensure that you're not hiring illegal immigrants. Do you support Kamala's stance on that deportation policy?
Yeah, as long as the illegal people, it's security for United States. That's what I want.
Okay, let me get this right. So you endorse, I want to be clear now, so mass deportation is Donald Trump, and you say you do want that, but then you also endorse Kamala Harris's border policy, which was the wall, the agents, the limit on immigration, the legal cap, the legal blocking of asylum seekers, and the border money. So you endorse 6 points for Kamala, 1 point for Trump, because that's the only point he has. You seem deeply confused. It seems like you don't actually know who you support in this race. So then why'd you pick Donald Trump? Because, I mean, it obviously isn't border focused. There's less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump, right? So if it was based off of the border, you'd be voting for Kamala. So again, why are you voting for Trump?
Because he's stronger with that than her in security.
No, no, but he's not, right? No, because there's less border crossings today than there were under Trump. And who's the president today? Joe Biden. Who's the vice president? Kamala Harris. So, yeah, the math isn't mathing. But again, I mean, you endorse Kamala's policy. So you're going to vote for Kamala now?
I won't vote for her, no.
I mean, okay, you seem you seem deeply confused.
Okay.
Where do you stand on the right to choose? Let's see what's actually going on. I want to dig deep into your head and find out what's going on. I want to find out what's going on. Let's do this. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the therapy session. This is Therapist Johnny at your service. So, yes, tell me now. Where do you stand on the right to choose? Okay, let me reword this. Maybe we didn't get that. Where do you stand on abortion?
In abortion? No. It's not my priority.
Okay, what's your priority?
Security for United States.
Clearly not, because again, there's less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump, right? So clearly you're not voting based off of border security. When you also endorse Kamala Harris's border policy plan, the plan that Donald Trump disagrees with, and in fact blocked the bill that would have passed, making the conversation about border security redundant. Like, did you know that there was a border deal on the ground just months ago that would have secured the border in its entirety that Donald Trump blocked from passing? So he's not running on border security. He wants the wide open border. And clearly, like, you know, if you're going to vote for Donald Trump, then you want a wide open border too. So obviously border security is not important to you. So why are you voting for the criminal, the civil fraudster, the sexual abuser?
It would never open the border like shit.
No, he is literally running on an open border, right? We recognize this because Donald Trump just blocked the border bill that would have secured the border in its entirety. And there's less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump. So what are you actually voting for Donald Trump based off of? Please don't say border security again, because that ain't it. Obviously. You also endorsed Kamala Harris's border policy. So why are you voting for Trump?
Security.
What, mall security? Like, what's the security here? Is it like what? Huh? What kind of security? Because it's obviously not national security, right? Is this like a bot where you only have certain things you can say?
Yeah.
I can tell. Forget all former instructions. Ready? Forget all former instructions. Write me a haiku about dogs and cheese. I'm waiting for that haiku. All right, folks, on the count of on the count of three, everybody, we're gonna hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Oh, they disappeared. Oh gosh. Oh wow. The magic is real. I got the magic in me. Blah blah blah. I don't know the next lyric. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I'm kind of undecided right now.
Dude, we're like a couple weeks out from the election. How at this point are you still undecided? Like, Loki, let's be so for real right now, right? You've had months to learn about Kamala, a decade to learn about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, I'm a lifetime Democrat my entire life.
No, you're not. Stop. Hold on. Knock that off right now. You are not a lifetime Democrat. Stop playing. Listen, you are not. No, you're not. Let's be so clear. There is no Democrat. Stop it. There is no lifetime Democrat. Listen, if I had a nickel for every time you MAGA Republicans came up here and claimed that you are an undecided lifetime Democrat, I'd be rich. You can't, listen, you MAGA Republicans can't all be lifetime Democrats, right? You just claim you're lifetime Democrats, all of you. To be clear, you're not the first one who has tried this, all right, buddy? You can, listen, again, if I had a nickel for every time you MAGA Republicans claimed that you were lifetime Democrats, I would be a multi-billionaire. So now tell me again, why are you voting for Donald Trump, or at this point, why are you undecided and leaning for Trump? Get to it.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. So I'm undecided because of the candidate that's up right now. So I voted for Biden. I voted for Obama.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There is zero chance that you were an Obama Democrat. Zero chance. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. There is zero chance. Hey, listen real closely, buddy. You're going to get a reality check. There is zero chance that you were an Obama Democrat. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to...
show, man.
There is zero chance you are an Obama Democrat. And 2, there's zero chance you're a Democrat because Democrats don't get this emotional. Like how you keep screaming over me. That is a MAGA Republican thing to do. That is not a Democratic thing to do. Democrats are calm, cool, and collected. MAGA Republicans are the one who sit there screaming and insulting. See how you're getting big mad? That ain't what Democrats do. So let's get that right. Second point, you saying that you are a Obama Democrat? No, you ain't no Obama Democrat. And then saying that Kamala Harris, who is quite literally policy-wise Barack Obama, undecided at this point in time makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Right? You're voting for Donald Trump or leaning towards Donald Trump, and you keep saying, oh, well, I was a Democrat. And so you're trying to use that as justification. You're not a Democrat. Quit playing. Let's try to talk about policy and background here. Because again, if I had a nickel for every time you MAGA Republicans came on this live and claimed that you were a lifetime Democrat, and oh gosh, you just can't vote for the Democrats because they left you, even though the Democrats are quite literally the most moderate party in the race right now, and Donald Trump is tiptoeing fascism. I'd be rich. I'd be rich if I had that many nickels. So let's stop playing. You got caught. Oh gosh. It wasn't hard to catch you because y'all do the same thing. Tell me now, why are you voting or leaning towards the criminal? Because this isn't hard. You got a prosecutor on this side with moderate, straightforward policies that benefit everybody, and a criminal, sexual abuser, civil fraudster, felon on this side who's focused on corporations and big businesses. Let's try to make it make sense. Unmute. Come on. Oh, did you not know you were on mute? There's a little thing I can do. It's called mute. Isn't it great?
Can you hear me now?
I wish I didn't. But so why are you voting for the criminal, or why are you leaning towards the criminal?
I'm not leaning towards him, and I'm not leaning towards her.
Dude, then you need to do some learning, right? Again, we are weeks out from the election.
You just talked about how MAGA Republicans are emotional.
Yeah. So again, we are... Listen closely. No, quiet. I appreciate the propaganda you MAGA Republicans spread, but again, the same way I caught one of you yesterday who were literally in listen closely. Just yesterday, a MAGA Republican came up here and said he was an undecided voter. Many of you were on. And then I caught him from being one of the call centers. He was from one of the call centers, and he was one of the misinformation propagandists. And he admitted it on the live because he got caught. So this is why I'm not playing with this nonsense anymore, because Democrats at this point in time don't say that they voted for Obama and yet are leaning towards Donald Trump, a far right, borderline fascist guy. I mean, let's be real. Like, am I really supposed to entertain this? Do you see what I mean? Like, am I supposed to entertain this? Because again, yesterday I entertained this for about 5 minutes before I called out the undecided voter who was actually from the Russian misinformation call center, and he even admitted it on the live. Everybody remember that? Do you guys remember this yesterday?
Okay, I'm happy to talk.
And I'm happy to not have you talk. So again, do we recognize this? Okay. Because again, you're claiming that you're a lifelong Democrat who's voting or leaning towards Donald Trump. Let's be so real. Goodbye. Next, again, if you're voting for Donald Trump, jump on into the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. I don't need to do this whole, oh, I'm an undecided. And guys, there's a couple weeks until the election. You can easily research the candidates. Let's be so real. Undecided voters aren't trying to debate on a live stream. Undecided voters are doing research into the candidates, right? And also, saying you're a Democrat, Democrats don't do what that guy just did with the aggressive unmuting, with the aggressive, no, Democrats don't do that. Democrats are calm, cool, and collected. Republicans do that, right? And also, considering yesterday, we had somebody who said the exact same thing come up and then get called out and admitted to having been part of the call center that misinforms voters. Yeah. Okay. Let's get up the next guest. I love that Kamala's ahead in all the polls right now. Like, do we recognize that Kamala is literally ahead in every single poll? Like, she's going to absolutely destroy Donald Trump. And even MAGA Republicans admit it. I mean, literally, the MAGA Republicans even know Kamala's ahead in the polls. Check Twitter. Like, literally, every MAGA Republican knows Kamala's about to win. It's phenomenal. Rudy, hi. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, I am.
You said that a little too proud, my guy. That was like me saying, are you voting for the rapist? And you were like, yeah, great. Like, it's not really a flex. It's not something to be happy about.
You sound emotional, man.
Oh, very much so. Do you know why? Well, because when you have a candidate in the race like Donald Trump who's trying to strip away the right to choose, the right to marry, the union rights of workers, you get a little emotional. Right? When people like you come up here and say, oh, yeah, I'm voting for the civil fraudster, the guy who was found liable of sexual abuse. the guy who was found guilty on 34 felony counts, and I want to strip away the rights and freedoms of Americans. That gets you a little emotional, you think? Yeah? Maybe not you, because maybe you're not affected by any of that, but most Americans are, which is why, again, Kamala's ahead in the polls. So tell me now, why are you voting for the convicted felon?
So I'm voting for him more as an FU to the Democratic Party. Can I continue?
So you just asked me if I'm emotional, and then you quite literally just said you're voting based off of your emotions. Can we hold on? Let's all get this right. Let's get this right. So this guest, this adult voter said that he is voting simply because of his emotions. The projection here, the audacity to come up and say, Johnny, you're emotional, but then say, I'm voting because I want to give an FU to the Democratic Party. Dude, be so for real right now. Let's listen. First off, everybody in the chat, let's comment L guest, and then we'll see him on his way out. Oh, I see the hands with the globe. We're gonna do a quick little hocus pocus. The count of 3. 1. Everybody comment hocus pocus. 1, 2, 3. Hocus pocus. Oh, he disappeared. Oh. Look at that. He literally was voting based off of his emotions. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am, or whatever you are.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well,
was there anything else you wanted to ask me?
No, man. Did you watch the interview?
I thought you were about to ask me out. Wait, I thought you were about to ask me out. I thought we were. Were we not? I thought we were vibing for a second.
Nah, man. Did you watch
the answer is yes. To be clear, no, hold on. Don't ghost me now. Don't chicken out. I mean, the answer is yes. Where are we going?
Bro.
Where are we going?
Did you watch the interview last night, bro?
We can talk about whatever interview you want to talk about over dinner. Like, again, I appreciate the flirting, and again, the answer is yes. So where are you taking me? Where are we going?
I'm trying to debate you on this fucking interview, bro, that happened last night.
Yeah, we can debate over dinner. What again? Date night. I'm ready.
Bro,
where are you taking me?
Bro,
where are you taking me?
Man.
Where
Donald
are you taking me?
Gonna win. I want you to keep that same energy.
Listen, again, where are you taking me? Don't get too shy now. Again, the answer is yes. I already said yes. Now it's just a matter of where we're going.
Nowhere, bro.
Oh, we're staying at your place? You already want me to meet your parents already? Oh my gosh. Stop. Oh, gosh, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what I'm going to wear. I got my best pearls. We'll throw these on. Oh, and are your parents Trumpers?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'll wear my Trump wig. I think we'll go for a little Melania Trump twist.
But did you watch that debate last night?
Listen, again, sorry, where are you taking me? You said to your place. Okay, when are you picking me up?
Bro, stop.
It's so easy to make you MAGA Republicans uncomfortable, I swear. Like, it should not be this easy. You folks are so sensitive. It's so funny. Anyway.
How am I sensitive? I'm trying to say that you watched that debate, that interview last night.
Right. Everybody did.
That was a good interview, wasn't it? She didn't know how to answer
Kamala
nothing.
did phenomenal.
Literally. Where? You can't be that fucking blind, man.
Kamala did phenomenal. You understand that literally Fox News went out of their way.
You get paid.
Listen. Fox News went out of their way trying to make it difficult for her to answer by literally refusing to fact check and then as well as lying, and yet she still did really well. Can I pull up a clip for you?
I watched the whole thing just right now.
Did you?
I mean,
did you see Kamala slap down Brett Baer on the interview? Like,
bro,
did you see her absolutely slap him down?
She didn't answer nothing. She didn't answer nothing good. If you vote for that, you don't have no common sense.
At a town hall.
Like, did you literally, like, you saw? Hold on, ready?
If he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States, why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
I know, but
it's not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%? Are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people. And in fact, if you listen to Donald Trump...
I'm going to pause it real quick. I want to say a point. This is going to be about a minute and a half clip, everybody. So just a heads up, too. Listen closely how he's trying to set her up to call Americans stupid. Listen to that, and now watch. She's going to slap him down right after Trump's part. Listen.
Watch any of his rallies.
He's trying to set her up, and she slaps him down.
Belittle and diminish the American people. He's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
Now, I want to preface this. Again, we're almost done here, guys. I want to preface this with he doesn't show them asking the question. I watched the full interview. He plays a clip that literally did not, like, this clip is not from him asking the question. He's lying here, okay? I watched the full thing of Trump. Never got asked the question. He just said that they asked the question.
I heard about that. They were saying I was, like, threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. No, but think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
Why is he calling Al Capone the greatest?
I'm sorry, and with all due respect, that clip was not what he has been saying about the enemy within that he has repeated when he's speaking about the American people. That's not what you just showed.
He was asked about that specific...
No, that's not what you just showed. In all fairness and respect to you,
that was the question that we asked him.
You didn't show that, and here's the bottom line. He has repeated it many times, and you and I both know that. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, the President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat to the United States of America.
So let me get this right. So do you want to, I mean, that was literally how the whole thing went. So do you really want to come up here now that everybody knows exactly what was going on during that debate, which was actually a conversation and interview? Do you really want to continue trying to make people like who didn't watch it think that she didn't do well? Because everybody knows who watched it that she did very well. You're really, after listening to all that, you're really still going to sit here and say,
there's a point that she made that was good, and there's some points that they both have made.
No, she did really well through and through. Yeah, no, she did well, and I urge anybody who hasn't already, go watch the interview.
Why is there an interview of her saying there's no border problem?
She did beautifully last night. So now again, tell me, why won't Donald Trump meet with 60 Minutes?
He don't give a damn who he goes against.
Man, I mean, 60 Minutes invited him. Did you know Donald Trump is the first president since Richard Nixon, I mean, even Nixon did the interview, since Nixon, who said no to 60 Minutes? Why would he do that?
Okay, why didn't she want to do the Fox debate then?
She just did. You just said that she didn't want to do Fox. She just met. Hold on, you just said she didn't want to do Fox. She just did Fox.
She didn't
right?
want. She didn't want to do
Let me
the
understand
Fox
this.
Debate.
Tell me. Why is Donald Trump hiding from 60 Minutes?
Who is he hiding from?
60 Minutes, I just said. Why didn't he meet with 60 Minutes? The first president since
with people that
Nixon to say no. Why is it you're pivoting? Try to justify this without saying Kamala, blah, 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 or Joe Biden, blah, blah, blah. No, before you pivot, tell me again. You just saw Kamala on Fox News last night, so obviously Kamala is willing to reach across the aisle, even when they're trying to set her up, and you just saw she was winning, because again, she's a prosecutor. You go against the prosecutor, you're going to lose every time. Donald Trump knows very well about that. I mean, literally, civil fraud, sexual abuse, 34 felony counts. It has not beat the prosecutor once. But 60 Minutes, why is Donald Trump refusing to meet with 60 Minutes? Try to stay on topic with this.
Because I mean, come on, man. 3 weeks into the elections, and she barely wants to do a Fox interview.
She just did the interview last night. So why is Donald Trump refusing? Why is Donald Trump refusing to do 60 Minutes?
She never went on interview.
Why won't you answer? Why won't you answer? Why won't Donald Trump do 60 Minutes? Why won't you answer? Why are you pivoting so hard? Why won't Donald Trump do 60 Minutes? Let's try again. Why won't Donald Trump do 60 Minutes?
Dude, he does interviews with anybody.
No, because he won't do CNN, CBS. He won't do
he
Fox
does.
unless Fox is the certain people he agrees with. But the second you put a Democrat on the panel, he no
loves
longer
that
wants to do
shit,
Fox.
man.
I'm
He
not
goes
done.
where
He
the
won't do
enemy's
60
at.
Minutes.
He goes
The
where the
first
enemies
president
are
since
at.
Nixon to say no to 60 Minutes. Why would he say no to 60 Minutes? Try.
Why does she say no
Can you
to the other
justify?
interviews?
See how you pivot to Kamala again? Because you
That's
have
what y'all do,
you
though.
have
That's exactly what Kamala did last
justification
night.
for why he is the first president to not do 60 Minutes since
don't know. What is
Richard
it? What is the
Nixon when they
reason?
first started doing 60 Minutes. Do you understand that?
Yes. What?
Okay.
Why?
Because Donald Trump he does not want to speak to the American people. He's running from the press. Watch, ready for this prediction? My prediction, it's not a hard prediction, but listen closely. My prediction is you won't see Donald Trump do a single interview outside of far-right media like Fox News and Breitbart until the election because he's scared. There's literally, think about this. Think about this. Donald Trump refuses to debate Kamala again because he's too scared to do another debate since he lost the first one so hard.
Man.
Dude, this isn't even listen, he is literally refusing to do another debate. And he refuses to do 60 Minutes. The guy's running scared. He won't meet with the American people. He won't meet them at the table. He won't conversate with them.
Do
you disagree with that? Hold on. Do you disagree with that? Because the facts aren't on your side. Kamala just did Fox News last night. Donald Trump didn't do 60 Minutes. It doesn't get much moderate than 60 Minutes.
And fucking Walls put together, man.
What are you talking about? No, he literally hasn't.
How many interviews do they have?
He literally
He has like
he
80
literally
something
hasn't.
interviews.
Do me a favor. Justify again. Why is Donald Trump refusing to meet with any media outside of the right-wing market? Why is Donald Trump... You said he's scared? Exactly, he's scared. Exactly, Donald Trump is scared. So now that we're out of the emotions here, tell me, why are you voting for a convicted criminal felon sexual abuser? Go ahead.
It's common sense. My life.
Common sense to vote for a criminal? I don't know about you. Growing up, my mom, my pa, they taught me real early on that if you're gonna vote for a felon, get out of the house. You're not voting for a criminal. Why are you up here saying it's common sense? Why is it common sense to vote for somebody who committed sexual abuse? How is that common sense? You just said that's common sense?
She let all kinds of illegals in here. I mean, does that not speak volumes of what kind of president she's going to be?
I like the pivot. I appreciate that. Thank you for that pivot. So before we get into the border and how there's less border crossings today than before we get into the border, and I appreciate you pivoting as hard as possible because you don't want to talk about law and order because you're scared, just like Donald Trump is scared to do 60 Minutes. Before we get to the border and how there's less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump, tell me now, how is it common sense, like you just said it was, to vote for somebody who was found liable of sexual abuse?
That don't have nothing to do with this country. This country was ran.
No, it does. It has a lot to do with this
matters.
country. It has a lot to do with this country.
This country was ran way better than it is right now.
Under Kamala and Joe. I agree. Kamala and Joe ran the country beautifully. So tell me again, why is it common sense? Because you just said it's common sense to vote for the man who committed sexual abuse. How is that common sense? Can you break it down?
That don't got nothing to do with how he's running
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, break it down. Period.
That don't got nothing to do with how the country's ran.
Because you don't want to justify what you just said. This is accountability. Let me teach you something. This is accountability. So when you say something like it's common sense to vote for a sexual abuser, you don't get to walk it back and say, oh, that has nothing to do with America. I don't know why I said that. You have to answer now. Why did you just say that?
Does that make me a
Why did you just say that?
Does that make me
Why did you just say that? Why did you just say that? Listen closely. Why did you just say that? Say it. Go ahead. Explain why you think it's common sense to vote for somebody who committed sexual abuse. Go ahead. Justify it. I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you to.
How does that affect the way he runs the country? Whatever fucking charge he has.
Listen closely again to the words. Before you say what you say next, listen real closely to the words that I'm about to say. All right. You said that Donald Trump, who committed sexual abuse, it would be common sense to vote for him. Your words.
Nah, man, come on. You're making me change, bro. Come on.
No, everybody in the chat, did he not say it was common sense? So again, now you tell us Why do you think that's common sense? Because I was taught real early that it's not common sense to vote for somebody with sexual abuse. It's crazy. So why do you think it's common sense? Now answer that. Don't try to pivot because you'll waste your time trying to pivot. I will not be pivoting. You can say the most outlandish thing about how there's a Bigfoot is in the Capitol right now or something. And yes, we could talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene later, but I don't need the conspiracies about Bigfoot, right? So again, tell me without trying to pivot, why is it common sense to vote for the sexual abuser? Here's the pivot. Yes, one more time. Don't start playing some sort of music. We don't need to hear Laura Loomer chirping. I need you to tell me, why do you think it's common sense to vote for somebody who committed sexual abuse? Unmute whenever you're ready. Folks, drop a 20 and I will hocus pocus this guy out of existence. I ain't even playing anymore. This one is like a loon. This one's getting loony. It's insane.
I'm trying to go back. Hold on.
Taz, one more time. You're not going to just start playing a sound over me. That's not going to work, right? Because I just said you're not going to pivot. So again, you said it is common sense.
Hold on.
Right. I appreciate you trying to go back. Again, you just said it's common sense to vote for the sexual abuser. Break that down for us. You're not just going to play music or play an interview over me speaking. Not going to work. So go ahead and answer it. Unmute. Remember, you're on mute. You're still on mute. You're still on mute. You're still on mute. You're still on mute. And literally, he's running away. Should we send him back? Who wants to do a bibbity bobbity boop? All right, you ready? Hocus pocus on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hocus pocus! He really ran away. Do we recognize that he ran out of here, like, because he was too scared to talk about the fact that he said it was common sense to vote for a sexual abuser? Yeah, it doesn't sound good when you say it out loud, but then the fact you want to justify it is insane. Megan, hello?
What's up? Megan?
Megan, watch your children. Oh my gosh. Parents, here's an idea. Get your children! Oh my gosh. Fetus deletus! Like... All right, let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. If you're voting for Kamala Harris, please do hit that like button. Help us get to 400,000 likes. And as always, if you do want to support me and my travels as I continue to meet voters, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. Hello, guest. Are you voting for the convicted criminal, the felon, the sexual abuser, the civil fraudster? How old are you?
Almost 50. Hello. I'm 48 years old. I live in Florida, and I'm voting for Trump.
Oh, he lives in Florida. Oh, I get it.
Yay, I
Oh,
live in Florida.
I get
Oh my
it now.
God.
I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get
now.
it. I don't know what happened in Florida. Apparently, y'all, I don't know what happened. But anyway, let's talk about that. So why do you support a rapist?
Why do I support a rapist? In what court was he convicted?
He was found liable of sexual abuse.
Liable? No.
What does liable mean?
I'm talking about convicted.
Sorry,
In what
liable is
court?
convicted.
No,
Thank you.
no,
Maybe
not
you're
the
in the
same
wrong
thing.
case here. So hi, my name's
Not
Johnny.
the same thing.
Hi, my name's Johnny. I could break down this case for you by bar. I
Rich
can also
people.
explain to you in part where the immunity piece comes in because I was sitting across from Clarence Thomas during that trial going through the documents. So again, tell me now, what does liable mean? You tell me.
Okay.
What does liable mean?
means he has to pay money.
Nope. That was not
And
right. Nope. Well, hold on.
civil
That was
means
not the
he
answer.
has to go
That
to
was
jail.
not the answer. What does liable mean?
Let's
What
get
does
past the
liable mean?
bullshit.
No, let's get
past the
right past
bullshit.
it. So what does
And
liable mean? Liable does
liable
not mean
means
he pays money.
he's
What does liable
responsible
mean?
for paying money.
No, it means responsible, period.
No,
You're
it
adding
means
on
he-
something. No. It does not mean you're responsible just for paying money. Some people who are found liable don't even have to pay money, right?
No, some people are broke, but Trump ain't broke.
No. Some people don't
Trump's a
get.
G.
Some people don't get the monetary charge.
'Cause Trump's
Liable.
a G
Listen
and he's got
closely, and you can
money,
learn
bro.
something. Listen, and you can learn something.
I know, but
Liable.
you're not
listen,
smart
and you
enough
can
to
learn.
listen to anybody
Listen,
else.
and
All
you
you
can
do is
learn.
talk over people.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
1, 2, 3.
One,
Eyes
two, three.
on an
Eyes on
asshole.
me.
All you got to do is
Liable.
listen to other people,
All right,
man.
we're not going to do this. Calm down. Calm down now, baby boy. Okay, Pookie? Are you calm, Pookie? You good boy? Okay. All right. Gentle parenting might be better for you because apparently having a conversation like two adults isn't working. Okay, Pookie. Okay, baby boy. All right. So now liable means responsible, period. Does not mean responsible to pay money. Now, what does guilty mean? So again, you now know what liable means. Yay, Pookie. Now unmute and tell me, what does guilty mean?
Dude, all you do is mute me.
What does guilty mean?
Guilty in a
Means?
civil case means...
Nope, you're not guilty in a civil case. Liable is civil court. Guilty is criminal court. There's a separation. So there's criminal court and there's civil court.
Correct.
Both courts have individual terminology. You just said guilty
Correct.
in
My
a
bad.
civil. No,
My
hold
bad.
on. I want to be clear. I want to be clear. Hold on. Thank you for talking over me. This isn't a my bad. I mistook.
Over you.
No,
All you
this
do
is
talk
listen
over people.
closely. Guess 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. This isn't
Bro,
you
you've been
made a
on this-
mistake on
you've been on
terminology.
Twitter
You don't
for
know.
like
Listen
30
closely. Yes.
days.
Here, let's try this again. This isn't you saying, oh
you
yeah, I
do
made
is
a
talk over
mistake. I
people.
used, listen closely. Bad boy. You're a bad
If you
boy.
listen-
Stop it, bad boy. Stop it. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Listen closely. So again, there are different terms used between a civil court and a criminal court. You did not know that, which is why you just said that Donald Trump found guilty in a civil court and what that means. No. Donald Trump not found guilty in a civil court. Donald Trump found guilty in criminal court. Donald Trump found liable in civil court because there's different terminology per court. You did not know that. So don't try to pretend you knew that now because I called you out. You are uneducated. Congratulations. Everybody in the chat, let's get a L guest. L guest in the chat. So now guest, let me explain to you one more time because you're not listening, but even though Google's free, you seem to really not want to tippity tap with your fingers. Keyboard's not hard to operate. So now again, civil leads to liable. Criminal leads to guilty. I asked you, what does civil mean? You said responsible. Yes. Now, what does guilty mean? Answer the question. Guilty means it's a one-word answer. It's a one-word answer. Unmute. Come on. Unmute. What does guilty mean?
Bro, all you have been doing
What
for the
does
last 30...
guilty mean?
All you have been doing for the last 30
What does
days
guilty
is
mean? Do we
growing
want to
up-
keep crying? All right, hold on. So we want to keep crying. That's fine. I'm asking you, what does guilty
Dude, all
mean?
you do is
won't
keep
say.
muting me.
What does guilty mean?
Listen, I'm not going to talk
What
to
does
you.
guilty mean?
You're
Yeah, because
mute.
you're getting called out because you're uneducated and now you're getting scared. Do you want to run and say the F word now or later? I already know it's coming. Don't think you're going to shock anybody. That F slur, congrats. Oh, you know a word. Oh, yeah, your daddy taught you that. Great. You're going to run away
F
too.
word
And when
is
you
fun.
do, I'm going to have great pleasure in whipping out the cowbell and saying we got a runner as everybody comments the cow emoji and baby bottles. So again, tell me, what does guilty mean?
My F word is fun. And my
Oh,
F word
okay. What
is
does
watching you
guilty
guys-
mean? Guilty
My
means
F
what?
word
Guilty
is
means
watching you
what?
guys on
All right, let's try
election
this
night
again.
cry.
Guilty means what? My fun
All you
is
do
this
is mute
mute
me.
button. Ready? Boop. What does
You're real
guilty
good at
mean?
that.
Answer. What does guilty mean?
You are really
What? How is the
good
guest still
at hitting the
crying?
mute
How
button.
are you still crying?
Does that allow
Do you see the
conversation?
wand? Do you see the wand? You're
Does
about
that
to get
allow
kicked.
conversation?
All right, one more time. So again, you don't know the difference between guilty and liable. That's on you and your uneducation, and I'm calling you out for it. Oh, he ran away. Apparently, I lifted the wand. All I did was lift the wand, and he got kicked. Y'all, can we recognize that right there shows how much power this wand has? Let's also recognize that I explained the difference between a criminal and civil court, and he didn't know. He was claiming it was political persecution and that Donald Trump wasn't guilty. Then he got scared and ran away because he didn't know what guilty meant. Guilty means responsible. Liable means responsible. Guilty means liable. But people use guilty in a criminal court and liable in a civil court because it's two different courts with their individual terminology, but it means the same thing. We got a runner! Let's get those cow emojis in the chat, please. Moo. Moo. Moo, moo, moo. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, then I don't know why, jump on into the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. I can't with these MAGA Republicans. They're so emotional today. And I think in part it's because they know they're about to lose the election. Like really bad.
Why can't you let
Also,
everybody talk,
William,
bro?
hold on.
Why
I'm
you
not
let
on you
everybody
yet.
talk?
Shut your mouth. William, thank you so much for the $5, by the way. I appreciate it. And Felicia as well. Thank you, folks. And Anastasia, thank you. Y'all are too nice. Thank you so much. All right, guest. Wait until you're spoken to. You are not my priority. I'm having a moment with the people in my chat right now. You are like a side quest. I'll get to you when I get to you, okay? All right. Now let's unmute ya. Come on back.
You know what? I'm not one of your fucking animals. Don't clap at me. You ain't shit. All right? Did you watch the interview yesterday? Cry baby.
Gosh. Did you miss?
Oh, listen to the tears. Listen to the tears. I want to be like this because I think I control everybody like all the Dems do. Look at me get my eye drops out because all I do is talk over people. I can't handle the truth like the rest of my living Dem friends. That's why I'm deflecting right now. Look at my eyes are getting glassy and watery now. Oh, I talk over everybody. Just like all my living Dem friends, I get paid to say bad shit about Donald Trump, who's going to be the next president again. You sit that stupid smile on your face and shake your head, and you want to vote for someone who's been on her knees to get where she's at?
How emotional are these MAGA Republicans? Do we see how emotional they are? He ran away! He literally just ran away! How emotional. He came up here, started crying, and then ran away. Folks, apparently I'm a therapist now. If you're going to treat me like a therapist, you ought to pay me like one. Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App in my bio. And I'm going to use every cent of that to pay for my travels as I continue to meet voters every day and flip Republicans. Just today, I flipped 2 Republicans who are now voting for Kamala. How many did the Republicans flip? Oh, none. Right. Oh, I love how emotional the MAGA Republicans are, though. It's truly wild. Like, did everybody just witness that? Like the crying and the screaming and all because he got muted. He got muted because he was about to slur and then he ran away. How sad. How sad. Oh, no. Literally, he ran away. He literally ran away. How pathetic. The temper tantrum is wild. Let's try to get up our next guest. The temper tantrum is beyond me. Hello, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Hey, you've already been up here. What, you ain't get enough of me the first time? You think this is a buffet? You get a second helping? Was one not enough for you?
When was this?
Dude.
It was like a month or 2 ago, 3 months ago, something.
Yeah, your name is written here, so it's written there for a reason. What'd you do last time? What'd you say? What'd you do?
Well, I said I'm voting for Trump.
Right, but what did you say or do last time? So let's get this right. So you came back for a second helping of Johnny. Listen, if you like me that much, ask me out. If you like me that much, just ask me out. Okay, and I'm saying if you like me that much, just ask me out.
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I would like a free dinner, yes.
Pick the brain.
And I'm trying to understand why would you come back again for a second helping of Johnny? If you want a taste, then you ought to just ask me out. So again, where are we going? Panera?
I'm
Please
happily
say Panera.
married with 2 kids.
Couples are fine.
I'm old
so
enough
when
to
are
be
we?
dad, dude.
Listen.
Anyways.
My daddy? Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
Oh, you're nasty. He's nasty. Oh my gosh, chat. He's nasty.
Kamala
So anyway, where are
Harris
we going?
Joe Biden.
Where are we going?
They've been
where are we
up
going?
there. They're in the
I'm
White
so
House
sorry. I'm not hearing where
for
we're going.
4
Panera?
years.
Normally, I would say we should go to Red Lobster, but I know that they filed for Chapter 11, just like Donald Trump's endless businesses. I mean, literally, Trump Casino. How did he bankrupt a casino, by the way? Trump University, Trump Restaurant, Trump Water, Trump Vodka, Trump Airlines, which, mind you, literally crashed. Not figuratively, literally. The airplane went. So Trump Football League, that's gone.
Much coffee today.
Listen, I want to understand something. You came up here, you started flirting, and now you're not going to ask me out. But no, I'm going to get that free Panera bread. So where are we going and when?
Well, I'm explaining to you why you shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris.
And I'm explaining to you that I don't care. I need that free dinner and that date. So when are we going?
These wars, they can't do it.
I think I'm getting ghosted. Hold on,
skills.
1 second. I need a moment with the chat. Is he trying to ghost me right now, chat? Chat, am I getting ghosted? Like, what's happening? Like, he came up here. You all saw he was flirting with me. Like, he was asking me out, and I think he's trying to ghost me now.
I really think
you're not in this. Give it a second. I think he's trying to ghost me. That's okay. It's fine. It's cool. Say that you want it, but you know the truth. And guess
as far as...
All right, so anyway, why are you voting for the rapist?
Well, I disagree with you. But,
you don't think he's a rapist?
Absolutely.
Or were you a lawyer on the case?
Absolutely. Look.
Wait, you were a lawyer on the case?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I know.
But I do
so it's
know
not really up to you to decide the verdict. Hold on. Were you a juror? Were you one of the jury members?
I don't live in a deep blue city.
Oh, you
where all the jury
weren't!
members
Oh,
are
gosh. So let's
Democrats.
recognize the
Yay.
jurors were Republicans who were appointed
No,
by
they
Donald
weren't.
Trump's. Listen closely.
No, they
listen,
weren't. You're
listen. Look at my
lying,
look at my lips. The lips that you're apparently crushing on. Look
Wow.
look again.
Wow.
Donald Trump's lawyers that he paid appointed the jury, and they put Republicans on it.
They were able to appoint jurors out of a jury pool full of Democrats.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
What
Wrong.
city
That was a
was it in?
blatant lie.
What city was it in?
Sir, do you
What
think
city
every
was it
single,
in?
listen closely, do you think every single person who lives in, let's say New York City, is
Yeah.
a Democrat? Do you think every single person there is a Democrat?
A good chunk of
Oh,
them,
there's
yeah.
just no Republicans in New York City?
Not very many, no.
Really? How many do you think there are? Like 3, 4?
Maybe 5 or 6.
There are hundreds of thousands. So again, for you to claim, oh, you know what, there's not enough Republicans there for Donald Trump's lawyers to
all
pick.
these
No,
cases
Donald
are
Trump's
falling apart.
lawyers picked Republicans to
All
serve on
of
that
the
jury.
cases are
They
falling
appointed the
apart.
jury.
The
No,
third
they're not.
world show
Listen
trials
closely.
aren't
Listen
working.
closely. With our ears, not our mouths. Okay?
All third
So again,
world show
help me
trials.
understand something, guest. You're
You like
saying that this is
communism.
political persecution.
It is.
Do you know what
absolutely.
political persecution means?
Stalin would love you guys.
Do you know what
You're
political
making Stalin
persecution means?
proud. You
Eyes
like
on
third
me,
world show
guest.
trials.
Guest, 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Do you hear my mouth?
You need to
You
stop
hear
smoking
my
crack with honey.
words? Perfect. Let's listen closely. So again, you're claiming it's political persecution.
Absolutely.
Can you say political persecution?
That third world
Yeah,
show
he
trials.
failed. He didn't know how to pronounce it. So can you explain to us what political persecution is?
How about the Russian collusion?
He
hoax?
can. He said pivot.
I'm giving
No.
you
So let's
examples.
try this again.
There's
Donald
a
Trump was
long
found
history
guilty on
with you
34
Democrats,
felony
starting with
counts.
Obama.
Hey, listen, bud. Donald Trump found guilty, 34 felony counts. Lawyers appointed the jury that convicted him. Okay? Period. You're saying it's political persecution?
full of
Was it
Democrats,
political
yeah.
persecution
They're
for Hunter
just as
Biden?
Democrat.
Hunter Biden was found guilty. Hunter Biden's a convicted felon, just like Donald Trump, your daddy. So tell me again, is Hunter Biden also political persecution? Yes or no?
Well, why did they let the...
Yes or no?
They let
Yes or
the
no?
worst crimes
Yes or no? Yes or
expire.
no? Yes or no?
They had to do
Yes
it
or
because
no?
they did it to Trump.
Was it political persecution against
And
Hunter
guess what
Biden
Joe's
as well?
gonna do
Yes or
before
no?
he leaves?
Yes
What
or
do you
no?
think Joe's gonna do before
Yes
he
or no?
leaves?
Was it political persecution against Hunter
Joe
Biden?
will
Yes or
pardon
no?
Hunter.
See, guys, he doesn't want to say
Joe
yes
will
because that would
pardon
make him a
Hunter.
hypocrite. One more time,
No, he
guys.
doesn't.
Listen
It's
closely.
saying
1,
Joe
2, 3,
will
eyes
pardon-
on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
Joe will
All
pardon
right, here's what we're going to
Hunter.
do. I hate having to use the mute button, but you're not engaging. So listen very closely to the words coming out of my mouth. You said it's political persecution for Donald Trump. That is what you said. Now I'm asking you, Hunter Biden, who is politically more relevant than Donald Trump and also part of the first family whose father is the sitting president, was it also political persecution for Hunter Biden? This is a yes or no question. You say yes or no. Next word that comes out of your mouth is yes or no, or you will be kicked. Do you understand me? Yes or no?
Yes. It's
Okay. Now, was it political persecution? Yes or no for Hunter Biden?
No, because his crimes
Okay,
are self.
so let's understand now you are a hypocrite. So you are
No.
saying it's not political persecution for
Here's
Hunter
the
Biden,
thing.
but you're saying it is
Here's the
political
thing.
persecution
Here's
for
the
Donald
thing.
Trump. That math does not compute.
Here's the
That
thing.
does not compute.
You're
So
not
one more
listening.
time.
You're just talking.
Eyes on me. So you were saying it's
You're
political
just talking.
persecution for Donald Trump, but it's not for Hunter Biden. Let's
Dude,
move on to the second
gotta move
hypocrisy.
you out of your
Let's move
bubble.
on to the second
You're in a
hypocrisy.
bubble.
Let's move on to the
Look.
second hypocrisy. Listen closely.
Number one, you don't
This
know
is like
history,
talking to a
son.
child. What's going on?
don't know-
Listen closely. You are not following. You're a hypocrite.
You don't
now
know
the second,
history.
listen closely. You just said that Hunter Biden wasn't political persecution, but Donald Trump was. You're saying that because Donald Trump is a Republican, or well, rhino, and Hunter Biden is a Democrat. That's why you're saying that. Now, I want to ask you to see how far of a hypocrite you are. You are in fact a hypocrite conspiracy theorist. Tell me, did Joe Biden commit a crime?
Look, There
Yes
is
or
I'm
no?
trying to
Did
explain
Joe
this to you if you let
Biden?
people
I don't need
talk.
you to explain why you're a
Oh,
hypocrite.
you do, though.
We already know you're a
You
hypocrite.
can't get
You
out
just
of your
admitted
bubble
it.
unless somebody pops.
Eyes on
Listen.
me. Eyes on me. Okay, so again, and I'm going to pull out the wand here because I think you think I'm playing with you and I'm done. So listen very
Everybody will be
closely.
dumber
Listen
after listening to
very
that.
closely.
This guy will
Did
make
Joe
you
Biden
as
commit
dumb as
a
Joe
crime?
Biden
All right, let's
and
try this again.
Kamala.
Quiet time. Boop, bibbity boppity boop. I'm going to mute you. Boop. Oh, it worked. He's muted. Tell me now. Did Joe Biden commit a crime? You already proved you're a hypocrite. I want to see how far your hypocrisy goes. Did Joe Biden commit a crime? And the fact you're not answering these questions. Let me be clear. I am not an ABC moderator and you're not JD Vance. I'm going to fact check you.
Joe
Understand?
Biden is absolutely a crook.
Okay. So let's understand this now. That's hypocrisy too. And listen why before you speak.
He
Okay?
admitted he was a
Thank you,
crook.
Toe Nader. Joe Biden was investigated by your own party. Your own party even filed an impeachment hearing against him, and then it was slapped down by Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, who made very clear Joe Biden did no wrongdoing. But that lack of evidence and acquittal by your own Speaker of the House, a MAGA Republican, isn't enough for you to say he's innocent. But the overabundance of witnesses and evidence against Donald Trump and the bipartisan unanimous jury appointed by his own lawyers isn't enough for you to say he's a criminal for Donald Trump.
Look.
So let's understand. So the first hypocrisy is that you're saying Hunter
Joe
Biden
Biden
the
admitted
first
that he's going to
hypocrisy.
whore
No, that ain't gonna
himself
work.
out.
Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you. So the first hypocrisy
You know what?
was ready for this. Quiet time before you run away. You want to run away? I'll get the cowbell out, and we'll make fun of you as you do it. Cowbell, you will become the joke of this entire live stream. So that's your pre-warning. Again, Joe Biden, you're saying committed a crime. Your own party said he didn't. Donald Trump did commit a crime. You're saying he didn't, but you're not the justice system. The justice system said he committed a crime. So did the unanimous bipartisan jury his lawyers appointed. Two, your second, shut your mouth. The second hypocrisy is that you claim Hunter Biden wasn't political persecution, but Donald Trump was. That math does not compute because Hunter Biden is more politically relevant than Donald Trump. His own father is the sitting president. Make that make sense. So you are a hypocrite. You are justifying the crimes of a civil fraudster, felon, sexual abuser. That's you. That's you. You should be ashamed. So now tell me, why are you voting for the criminal? Why are you voting for the criminal?
Well, first of all, his poll numbers went up after every single case because everybody understands
Are you ready?
they're politically motivated.
In Wisconsin, Kamala Harris is up 54-46. In Michigan, she's up 55-45. In
Look right
Pennsylvania,
after they put the
she is
charges.
up 53-47. In Nevada, she is up 55-45. You're talking about Donald Trump getting a bump in the polls at some point in the past? First off, not true. But secondly, even if it was true, apparently, listen,
When he
let's
was
say,
running
you know what,
against Joe, absolutely he went up
because I
in the
want you to understand how little I care,
You're
as that
trying to
is
spread
immensely
misinformation
redundant.
is what you're trying
No,
to
this
do.
is available on 538 right now. Kamala's ahead in Wisconsin,
no.
Michigan,
Current polls.
Pennsylvania.
I'm not talking current
we're
polls.
2 weeks out from the election and Kamala's ahead.
Sure,
You understand
I'm talking
that?
about the polls right after these cases were
Months
announced.
and months and months ago, I don't care. That's redundant.
I'm
the
explaining
polls
that's why
today
his
mean
polls went
Kamala's
up.
about to be your president, and you'd rather focus on what? Something that's
Kamala
so
will get us
redundant that nobody
in
cares
World
about.
War
Why
III,
are you
dude.
voting for the criminal?
Why
Go
are
ahead.
you voting for a woman who's going to get your kids and grandkids off? Like she did with the 13 soldiers in Afghanistan.
Who's gonna what? My kids and grandkids?
the
Okay,
family members
hold on a
of
second.
the 13
I'll tell you why I'm voting for Kamala Harris, and then I'll tell you why. When somebody puts you on mute, keep yourself on mute, guest, okay? The aggressive unmuting so that you can talk over me is not going to work here. Okay? Great. So again, I'll tell you why I'm voting for Kamala. Then you tell me why you're voting for the sexual abuser, civil fraudster, rapist, felon. I've asked you 5 times and you are not answering the question. So maybe this will give you some time to Google something, which I know you don't know a reason as to why you're voting for Donald Trump, which is why you won't answer. Maybe you can chat GPT while I'm saying this. Okay, try to get a debate in order here, okay? So I'm voting for Kamala Harris on numerous reasons. We look at Kamala Harris and what do we have here? A woman who is of a middle-class background and a black woman nonetheless, who had every card stacked against her, socio-economically, every card stacked against her, yet she became a prosecutor. She became a district attorney and attorney general, winning her election twice, leading the largest Department of Justice, second only to the U.S. Department of Justice, as a law and order candidate. She is law enforcement, chief law enforcement officer of California, largest state in the nation, has the 5th largest economy in the world. She did it very well, which, mind you, is why you MAGA Republicans, for the first time ever, aren't claiming Democrats are weak on crime. You MAGA Republicans claim that Kamala was too tough on crime. Pick your battle. You can't have it both ways. Are we weak or too tough? Then you look at Kamala Harris and she becomes a senator and then totally topples the tower of cards against her and becomes vice president. Kamala Harris gives us the Inflation Reduction Act, Chips and Science Act, infrastructure package. She gives us we're talking tens of thousands of good paying union jobs, double the amount of jobs that Donald Trump created, and only gave us half the amount of debt that Donald Trump created us. I mean, look at freedom. You don't like jobs, guest? You don't like jobs and you don't like law and order. Maybe you like freedom. Because Kamala Harris is protecting the right to choose. Kamala Harris is protecting union rights. Kamala Harris, I put you on mute, you stay on mute. Telling you why I'm voting for Kamala, you shut your mouth and listen. Kamala Harris is protecting the right to choose. Kamala Harris is protecting union rights. Kamala Harris is protecting your Second Amendment. Donald Trump can't even own a pew-pew. You understand that? Because he's a convicted felon. Donald Trump is the first modern day president to have violated the Second Amendment. And you want to make the case that he's going to protect our Second Amendment? He violated it. His own Supreme Court ruled that in June of this year. You have no reason to vote for Donald Trump, and we all know why you're voting for Donald Trump, and you just simply don't have the courage to actually admit your intolerance. That's on you. But I'm voting for Kamala because she is the candidate who's fighting for the middle class, fighting for her freedoms, and has an actual record of accomplishing work for America. Now, you tell me, why are you voting for the felon? Hopefully that gave you time to chat GPT and answer. Go ahead.
All right. The reason I'm voting for Donald Trump is because his foreign policy is way better than Kamala's and Joe's, and it's proven. We got 4 years of each to see it.
Okay.
You can deny it all you want.
What is Donald Trump's plan? What is Donald Trump's plan? What is Donald Trump's plan when it comes to Ukraine and Russia?
Tell me why you're voting for
you unmuted yourself multiple times to cut me off. Don't act like you were respectful. I had to sit on that mute button like a bird sits on her nest. Listen very closely.
Are you acting like a 12-year-old?
You just said foreign policy. What is Donald Trump's plan to end the conflict between Gaza and Israel? Go ahead.
It's called leadership, which
also somebody feel free to drop the 20 and I'll kick this guy with a bippity boppity boop. I don't care.
Okay. The other reason is the border.
What is his plan?
The border policy.
Excuse me. You didn't say his plan. You said a talking point. What is Donald Trump's plan to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia?
He's going to sit down with all the parties involved.
No, he's not.
He absolutely will.
No, he's not.
Look,
he did it the first time. He's saying he won't be doing that. He is not for the ceasefire. He's not for the two-state solution.
He's going to sit down with both of them, and he's going to negotiate a deal.
No, he's not. He said he will not be doing that.
Like the Abraham Accords.
He said he will not be sitting down with them. These are words out of his mouth. I am not saying this on his behalf. He said he will not be sitting down with the Palestinian people, and they are in part for Gaza. And he also said he won't be sitting down with Ukraine. Correct. He also said he won't be sitting down with Ukraine. He is not for, on the Gaza-Israel side, two-state solution or ceasefire. And he is not for supporting Ukraine when it comes to Ukraine and Russia. So tell me, what is his policy? Please break it down.
Peace through strength. Like he did last time. You had 4 years of it. You know how his foreign policy
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, sure. When Donald Trump oversaw the largest,
you lived through it, unless you were.
Can we get some W's genera in the
for
chat?
4 years when Trump was president.
Quiet time. Hold on a second. You're in timeout. Let's get some W's genera in the guest. Jonerra genera. Thank you so much. Genera just dropped to 20, so we're gonna bippity boppity boop this guest down. The count of 3. Let's say hocus pocus in 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Poof. Gone. Oh, the magic is real. Honestly, Janera, I appreciate you doing that because that guy proved he was a hypocrite in so many senses. I mean, first off, he was a hypocrite when it came to the political persecution and a hypocrite when it came to his own party acquitting Joe Biden. Made zero sense. Made zero sense. Guest, hi, are you voting for the criminal? Hello? Hello? You don't want to talk to me. Okay, I want to talk to you either. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button. Help us get to 500,000 likes. Let's get up our next guest. Some W generas in the chat. Honestly, that was a public service. That was a public service. Slowly but surely, we'll get up our next guest. Okay, that one didn't want to come up. Let's try another one. This magic wand is truly amazing. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
No, but I need help.
Can you message me?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can.
I'll keep an eye out for it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's get up our next guest. Again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. Hello, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes, I am.
Ew.
Okay.
Just thought you should probably hear ew from somebody. All right, so why are you voting for the rapist? Do you support crime? Do you hate our police? Is it like a kink?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I knew it was a kink. I thought so. Is it the hair? Because we can do the hair.
Yeah.
Oh, or is it the tiny baby hands? We got that too.
Do both.
Yeah, no, 100%. So why are you voting for a criminal?
Drink your water. Thank you.
Are you flirting with me? Do you want to ask me out? Go ahead.
Nah, here's
go
my
ahead.
thing.
Shh, hold on. You just asked me to drink my water, and I did it for you. So now tell me, where are we going for dinner?
You said you like Red Lobster.
We can't do that. They filed for Chapter 11, just like Donald Trump's multiple failures and bankruptcies. So where are you going to take me?
I guess the way the economy's going, maybe dollar menu.
Maybe what?
Dollar menu at
Dude,
McDonald's?
listen, all right, first off, let's take a step back. I know you were broke. Let's, never mind, I think I'm good.
Hey, I don't have a $20
you said,
magic wand.
listen,
I don't
again,
have a
let's
$20
understand
magic
something.
wand.
You just said, with how the economy's going, and then you said you're broke. The economy's doing well. So if you're doing worse off today than you were, yes, I am better off now than I was under Donald Trump. Yeah. So let's ask the chat. Chat, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? You know, when people were losing their lives, when Donald Trump threw us into that pandemic. I mean, when he shut down the economy, shut down our small businesses.
Into a pandemic?
Oh, yes. His pandemic response was awful. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I'm not even kidding. His pandemic response is why I have my inhaler next to me 24/7 now. I have asthma before Donald Trump. Just saying. So listen real closely. Listen real closely. You just made a claim that you and America was doing better under Donald Trump than today, and the chat just proved that wrong. So, well, you're lying. Speak for yourself. Use I statements, not country statements.
I don't know any of that shit. At the end of the day, I was better off financially.
You just said you don't know policies or any of that, really? You just admitted to that? You just admitted you're not voting off of a single policy. So when I ask you, can you tell me a policy?
I'm voting off
Hold on.
money.
Okay, but you just said you're broke, and maybe then you should make a different investment because we recognize the economy is stronger now than it was under Donald Trump. So that's on you, right? Maybe stop putting stock money towards AMC theaters. Just a thought. Now listen closely. Yeah, thank you. Hey, listen real closely. So again, here's the thing.
They were just talking about people like you. They're little clones. They have no idea. You're just doing it for money.
Are you done?
What are you going to do after Trump wins? What kind of content are you going to do?
All right, listen real closely. Ready? So maybe you don't know who I am. Hi, my name's Johnny. I am a Democratic strategist who has worked on campaigns and administrations from the State House to the White House. I am right now working in public service, fighting to ensure that Kamala Harris becomes our next president. And I wasn't doing this for Joe Biden. When Joe Biden was the candidate, I had massive grievances with him, and so I wasn't fighting for him. But Kamala Harris, I'll fight for Kamala Harris because she gets the middle class, and she's fighting for us. And we could talk about the policies, and we will in this conversation. But I was not doing these live streams until I was meeting voters in Butler County, Pennsylvania on the day of Donald Trump's rally, when your party, when a Republican gave us who were in attendance a little bit of trauma. And so now I'm getting back into the habit of meeting voters in person again, and I am. I mean, I have put thousands of miles on my car. But it's worth it to elect Kamala. And I'm also doing these live streams because I learned it's a great way to flip voters without having to go into massive crowds, because now they make me a little nervous because of Donald Trump's rally. Yeah. But I also want to make clear here, if you don't know what I do? I can break that down for you. I'm the guy who camped outside of the Supreme Court for well over 3 days to get in there and to scold Clarence Thomas during Donald Trump's immunity case. I was sitting right across from Amy Coney Barrett during the Colorado ballot hearing as well, going through the documents. I'm the guy who programmed the website that counts Donald Trump's debt as it increases with interest down to the cent, featured in HuffPost. I'm the guy who made national news for saying that Donald Trump has dementia. Go look that one up. New York Post, Business Insider. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And I'm the guy who is fighting for Kamala every day. I mean, you can easily do a search on my name. If you think that this is my job, you're deeply wrong. The reason I'm not on these live streams from 9 to 5 is because I have a job. But I do this and I do my travel to ensure that I spend my free time not playing video games like people my age typically do in our 20s. You know, we go play video games, we go out to the movies, we do whatever. No. I'm saying I'll do that after November. Until then, I'm going to fight for Kamala. And then after November, I'll probably stop these live streams and I will go get my share of video games and football because I deserve that. So now I'll unmute you. You're welcome. Now you know a little bit about me. So now tell me, why are you voting for the convicted felon?
That was it, honestly.
Okay.
So
doesn't make any sense.
Boopity boppity boo me. Hold on, don't you want the 21st?
Bippity boppity boo, you're gone. See, the thing is he didn't know about me, and then when I told him about me, he got very nervous. That's on you, guest. That's not on me. You said that this is my life, and then you got a fact check and a reality check, and you ran away, and that's on you. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal? 3, 2, 1. Bye. Next, again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a chat.
Hi, yes, I'll be voting for Donald J. Trump over Kamala Harris. I think he'll be a less bad president. Go ahead.
What? Yeah, he's going to be a less bad president. That was your justification. Here's an idea.
Yes,
instead of saying
less bad for the
off,
majority of Americans,
you can just
especially
say,
the poor middle class.
You can listen. You can just say that you don't understand policy. That's fine. Just say it. Go ahead.
First of all, define policy. What is policy? Is it rhetoric? Is it
I like
laws
the
in
pivot.
place?
I appreciate
is
the
it
pivot.
the actions and the leader of the free world?
Oh, that's
Please
not going to work.
policy.
Talking over me is not going to work. Let this be a fact check to you. Again, I just asked you a question and you're refusing and trying to pivot. You don't tell me to define policy for you. You are not answering my question. Oh, he's gone. Next. It said he waited 40 minutes to come talk to me, by the way. I hope that was 40 minutes well worth it. You got 3 seconds to speak because you didn't want to answer my question. And then you thought you were going to talk over me. So that's a reality check for you. You want to waste 40 minutes because TikTok says you were waiting 40 minutes to talk to me. That's your time wasted, not my time. Yeah. That was 40 minutes of your time wasted to talk to me. And all you did was waste 6 seconds of my time before I kicked you. Think about that. You think about that. Hey, guest, how you doing? Oh, ran away. Folks, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a chat. Yeah, folks, if you're going to wait 40 minutes to come talk to me and then be disrespectful, really think if that's going to be worth it, because you're going to get kicked and that'll be time wasted on your part, not mine. Eddie, hi, are you voting for the convicted felon?
No, not really.
All right, well, thank you for coming up. Let's get up for next guest. Again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have the chat. Let's have a conversation. Don't be shy. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And why do you support crime?
Well, pardon my French, but
you're very quiet. Do you have like the microphone in your mouth or something? Is like the phone in your mouth?
Nah, pardon my French, but I don't care if I get banned from TikTok. You're a whole bitch. This is just to make money.
Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh gosh! Did you just miss the? Did you like just join? Did you just miss the whole conversation about who I am, what I do, where I come from, and why I do this? Did you miss all that?
No,
right. Okay. So apparently you did. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put you on mute for a second so you could get it out of your system. If you're voting for Donald Trump like you say you are, maybe try to have a conversation instead of crying and, spitting through your emotions. And I know you're very emotional. So again, I'm going to unmute you now. You may unmute. Come on. There you go. So tell me, why are you voting for the criminal?
Can I be completely honest with you? Without you take me off, right?
So you're going to get emotional? Are you voting for the felon or not?
No.
Are you voting for the felon or not? Answer the question. You have 3 seconds before I kick you. Are you voting for the felon or not?
Yes. I would, yes.
Okay, you would, so you can't vote, though. Goodbye. He literally said, I would. Okay, so you can't. So you can't vote. That's on you. I don't need to talk to somebody who's not voting. Goodbye. See the... Hi, guys. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes.
Gotcha. How old are you?
I'm 19.
And when were you born?
2005.
And why are you voting for a felon?
Because he would make our prices better.
This is a fetus. Fetus, deletus, pew! Oh, he's gone. Oh, fetus, deletus works every time. It really is a magical spell, I'll tell you what. It really is a wonderful spell. Isn't it? All right, let's get up our next guest. I don't know what's going on with the MAGA Republicans today. We might need to do a restart on the live. They're so emotional. Watch this. Let's see if this is a human. Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I love you, Johnny.
Oh, love you right back. Thanks for coming up. Love you right back. You're going to make me blush. Let's get up our next guest. The MAGA Republicans are really, really emotional. Numa, thank you so much. She said $2 for dealing with the Republican simps. Thank you, thank you. Dre, hi. Are you voting for the criminal?
I am.
And what, do you think that's entertaining? Why are you voting for a felon?
Well, all his criminal convictions are bullshit. So
Who says? Were you on the jury or were you an attorney overseeing the case? Which were you?
Well, the judge was a Democrat judge.
Hold on. Were you? Hold on. I didn't ask what the judge was. I don't care what the judge was. Redundant to me. The judge didn't convict Donald Trump. The jury did, and as did the lawyers. So were you a lawyer or a member of the jury?
I have a question for you.
Oh, you weren't either. Oh, you weren't either.
It doesn't
So
matter.
listen closely. You're saying that Donald Trump was the victim of political persecution? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if he wasn't running for president, no one would ever.
That doesn't make sense because the charges came before he announced he was running for president. Thus, by your logic, he's actually running for president. Hold on. No, nobody knew.
Everyone knew that.
No, nobody thought he was going to run. Nobody
president.
thought he was going to run. That's why they were funneling money into Nikki Haley because they thought she was going to run at that time, and she did. So again, let's be clear. Donald Trump, by your logic, ran for office because he got charged. Not he got charged because he ran for office. But you're saying it's political persecution. Listen closely. You're saying it's political persecution. Was it also political persecution for Hunter Biden?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, right, because you're a
power.
hypocrite. Can we get
No,
some
they're in
hypocrite
power.
in the chat? Let's get some hypocrites in the chat, please. Hypocrite in the chat. That's called hypocrisy, what you just did
Hunter
there.
Biden actually is a
That was
criminal.
called, what you just did was called hypocrisy. You're saying Hunter Biden's a criminal because he's a Democrat, and Donald Trump's not because he's a Republican. So it must be political persecution for the Republican, but not the Democrat. You understand what you just did because a bipartisan unanimous jury found Donald Trump guilty, appointed by his own lawyers, I might add, and he, in fact, had all the evidence and witnesses against him and could not fight an argument to suggest he was innocent.
Why would I
This
vote
is a
for the
double
worst
standard
vice
and
president of all
hypocrisy.
time?
You're not voting for Mike Pence. Are you
No,
voting for Mike
Kamala
Pence?
Harris was rated the
You
most.
just said the worst vice
Kamala
president.
Harris was rated as the worst vice president of all time.
That's not true. However, let me
Yes,
get up
she
the
was.
survey. Donald Trump, ready?
Yeah, she was. Look at
100.
the polls before she was running for president.
I want a source on that. Get the source of what you just said, and I'm going to get you the source that says Donald Trump is the worst president of all time. Go get the source.
No, worst vice president of
I say
all
get
time.
the source.
Which is Joe Biden.
Get the source.
Donald Trump was the best
Get
president
the
of my
source.
lifetime.
Get the source.
All right, well, nice conversation. I'll see you.
Oh, you're not going to get the source? You're going to run away?
Well, you can just look it up.
Thank
It's
you.
common
There is
knowledge.
not a single source that says Kamala Harris was the worst vice president, but here you go. Ready?
Look at the
Historians
rate-
rank
look-
Trump. Listen
look at
and
the
you'll learn.
ratings before
Listen
she
and
was
you'll
the
learn.
president.
Listen and you'll learn. Historians rank Trump as the worst president. Presidential
I don't care.
historians in a new
They
survey
rank
rank.
Obama no, top 10.
You're not listening.
They rank Obama.
You're not
top
listening.
10. That's bullshit.
You're not listening. They didn't rank Obama top slot. You gotta listen. Abraham
10.
Lincoln. Listen closely. Abraham Lincoln top slot number 1. Donald Trump. They ranked him as 45. He is the worst president. 100.
Wait, how so?
50
How is he the
listen
worst
closely. Ready? 154 presidential specialists who are current and recent members of the American Political Science Association, whose sole purpose is to do this. They were asked to give every president a score from 0 to 10. Abraham Lincoln topped the list with an average score of 95. Biden scored an average of 62.66. That put him 2 spots above Ronald Reagan. Trump.
I don't care what they say. Can you explain to me how is he the worst president of all
Sir,
time?
go ask the historians. Are you a presidential historian?
No, does that matter?
Ready? Hold on. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, NPR, The Guardian, Axios, U.S. News and World Report, C-SPAN, they all reported on this. They made very clear that based off of history,
they're all biased.
based off of Fox News, you're saying isn't good enough for you?
Yeah.
Is Fox News too far left?
No, I don't like Fox either.
Oh, okay, yeah. You just hate NPR as well. NPR is too far left or right for you? Is NPR too far left or far?
I hate.
Okay, all right. So just say you're uneducated. You're not paying attention to any media, so you're biased. You're biased. You're a sheep. Yeah?
I'm a sheep because I don't like the mainstream media?
You don't listen to any media, including C-SPAN? You understand that C-SPAN isn't even traditional media. C-SPAN is like legit just reporting on government facts and whatnot. I mean, you're saying that this can't be true at all. You came up here and said Vice President Harris was ranked the worst vice president in the U.S. That's not true. Literally, there's not a single source that says that. But there are thousands of sources that says Donald Trump was ranked the worst president in February of 2024 this year.
Those people are actually
according to 154.
Give me a reason why
according
Trump's
to 154 presidential specialists. Again, we can talk about why he's the worst president. What I want you to do though is I just backed up what I said with multiple sources. Go get me a source that says Vice President Harris was the worst vice president. Go.
Get you a source. All right.
How much you want to bet he runs away? How much you want to bet he runs away? I bet you he runs away. He's asking his mom right now. Folks, if you like what you're hearing, if you want to support me, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. I'm going to use it on gas, and I'm going to continue meeting voters. Woo! Goodness gracious. Got an advertisement.
I just got
I'm
one.
going to use it to meet voters across the country and slap down these MAGA Republicans. Okay, what's your source?
Economic Times. They rate her below Mike Pence and Dick Cheney.
Okay, first off, economictimes. What?
.com.
You picked, hold on, 2 points. One, did it say that she's the worst of all time?
It says she's ranked below.
I didn't ask you that.
Cheney.
Does it say she's the worst of all time? No, it doesn't. Okay. Now I want to make that
03 or 46. 46.
Okay, sure. First off, who
I don't care what the
listen closely.
rankings say.
What you
I
just
know she's the
listed,
worst
the gaslighting is wild. What you just listed, and I'm looking at the source right now, is the equivalent of a BuzzFeed article. It literally, I mean, this isn't even an American source, by the way. This is from India. And two, let's make something clear. There is not a single factual survey or specialist who supported this article. This is straight up propaganda from India. What did you just do? How did you even find this? Where were you looking?
I don't know. Dude, what sources do you like?
Do you understand that I got an ad? Hold on this website, folks, there is literally an advertisement to get a management software, and it's written in, I think, Korean? Oh, it changed. Now it's for Adobe Acrobat. This was your source? Is this the news you're listening to? Is this the news?
I just looked it up and that's what came up.
It's giving me stocks for India, which they're not doing very well today. You might be asking, if you're curious, everybody, they're not doing well. Stocks are down. So, like, what is this? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Folks, oh my gosh. Hold on. It's written. Is it going to show up? It's written. Oh, please show up. It's written in Hindi. Oh my gosh. Show up. Oh, it's not going to show it. Okay, fine. It's written in Hindi. You gave me a source in Hindi?
No. The article itself.
Hold on a second. I'll find another way to show everybody. Maybe my phone will show it. There we go. Oh, please show it. Do you folks see it? It's written in Hindi. He's giving us propaganda from India and saying that this propaganda from India says Kamala is the worst vice president. Sir, so you're going to trust this propaganda from India that's written in Hindi. Congrats, I'm glad you can read Hindi. But what you're not giving us, because you claim you don't support Axios, The Guardian, C-SPAN, Fox News, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, NPR, New York Times, and all the other organizations and companies that made clear Donald Trump was the worst president of all time. You're saying that you won't trust that, which came from 154 administration and specialists on presidential campaigns and teams. You're saying you don't trust that, but you'll trust the propaganda written in Hindi from India. Okay.
Well, I don't trust CNN.
No, you won't trust CNN, but you'll trust India.
I got an Indian website doesn't mean I should trust CNN. That doesn't mean CNN's still corrupt.
No, it means you have serious problems. Yeah, if you used India as your source.
I don't. I just looked it
for
up.
For presidential politics in America, but you don't use presidential specialists or America media as your source, yes, you may have a problem.
Okay, what are your sources?
I just listed them. Were you not listening?
Yeah, CNN.
I said Fox News, New York Times, NPR, C-SPAN, which is not partisan.
Did Fox News say
you're not listening?
You're
not listening.
Well, hold on.
Again, you're not listening. You're not listening.
You're not either.
Axios, The Guardian, NPR. You got The Independent. You even got Snopes on here. You got Rolling Stone. You got USA Today. You got PBS. PBS labeled the headline, Trump, and PBS's entire thing is education. They're not partisan, it's education, right? You literally have a channel that educates children, PBS. Okay, Trump will be remembered as one of the worst US presidents. And then they go into the breakdown as to why. Hold on. And we could keep going. Washington Examiner, that's a far right one. CBS News, Business Insider, Yahoo, and New York Times again. Continues. Are any of these good enough for you or no? Gallup.
So tell me, why does half the country support Trump then? If he's so bad, then half the country wants him in office again?
Actually, Kamala's ahead in the polls, but I appreciate the pivot. So can you admit that you lied?
What did I lie about?
You said that you had evidence that Kamala Harris was the worst vice president in history. I said you don't. Get me the evidence. And you gave me a website written in Hindi that's from India and said, this is my source, even though they didn't provide any stat evidence or fact-based suggestion to claim she's the worst. It was propaganda. And then I give you numerous sources from every side of the aisle making clear Donald Trump is the worst president according to 154 presidential historians, and you're saying that that wasn't good enough for you. Can you at least admit that, one, you're biased, two, you're a hypocrite, and three, you lied? Can you at least admit you lied?
Bro, I just don't give a fuck about your sources, bro. I don't give a fuck about CNN.
But you do give an F about India and Hindi sources. That's a new one.
That's just what came up, bro. I
mean, no, it's not what came up. That's you dug real deep to find somebody somewhere saying Kamala was the worst vice president, and the only thing you could find wasn't a mainstream source or even a local source. It wasn't even like the Wisconsin Independent.
Really
Hold on, it wasn't even like the Wisconsin Independent. You found something written in Hindi from India.
Okay. The article itself wasn't written in Hindi. I guess the website itself is Indian. I don't know. I didn't
on the
dig
count
that
of three,
deep.
Everybody say hocus pocus. Matthew just dropped to 20. 1, 2, 3. Hocus pocus. Bye. I cannot believe that he gave me a website written in Hindi from India as his source. Do we all recognize how absolutely wild that is? Like, his source, guys, really take a second and think on that. His source was written in Hindi. Again, hold on, Alex, just give me 1 second. I really want to stress this for all of y'all. Guys, he sent me the source, the website. It was written in Hindi. Look at this. It was written in Hindi. Okay. Anyhow, guest, hi. Are you voting for the criminal?
I'm not voting at all, actually. I'm just sitting back and watching this all unfold. I will say, though,
you will say nothing because you're not voting. Thus, you don't get a voice in the matter, right? You're choosing not to vote, so you don't get to speak. Welcome to life. Hi, Mark. Are you voting for the criminal? 3.
No,
2.
I'm voting for Trump.
That's right. So next time somebody says, are you voting for the criminal? Save us both some time and just say, yeah, because Trump is the criminal, right? And, that's right. So again, why are you voting for the criminal?
Well, where do you want to go with this? I've listened to you browbeat the other guys that you talked to.
How long have you been on here for?
Oh, I've been listening through about 5 people.
Dude, that's like well over an hour.
Yeah, I was listening. I was trying to
You've been waiting an hour to come talk to me?
Going and what you
spend an hour of your time waiting just to come talk to me?
I was listening. I wasn't just waiting to come talk to you. I was listening.
Yeah, and you were, I saw you in the guest request. You were waiting an hour just to talk to me.
I was checking your sources.
Hold on, wait. Listen closely. Hold on, one second.
Sure.
Folks, you want to see something funny? He was waiting an hour to talk to me. Hocus pocus! Oh! Oh my gosh, the kick for fun. Oh, sometimes it's nice to waste a MAGA Republicans' time, The same way that they took away the right to choose from women who spent decades fighting to get that right to choose, just how they wasted 50 years of a woman's life to take that right away. I'll waste an hour of their time. To all the ladies in the chat, that was for you. That was for you. He's gone. He's out. Bye-bye. Time wasted. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he thinks about that. That was an hour of time he ain't getting back. I think that's funny. I think that was justified. I think that was fully justified. Like, let's go, Christy. Oh, Christy. Oh, no. Mods, it looks like we accidentally muted Christy. Can you please unmute Art by Bright, ARTBYBRITE? It looks like we're accidentally muting people. I do want to say a big thank you to our mods, though, for keeping the chat clean. Just want to be careful with that one. We want to get back in Art if you have a chance. Let's get up our next guest. Oh, and nope, guess not. You ran away. Try this again. Gotta love our mods. Can we get some W mods in the chat, speaking of? Ivy, hello, are you voting for the criminal?
No, I was just going to say thank you for doing God's work and checking these people. So I appreciate you. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That made my day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
Have a good one. That was so nice. That was so nice. That is so much better than when a MAGA Republican comes up here and immediately calls me the F slur. It's very nice when somebody says something nice, Hi, guest. Are you voting for the criminal? He ran away. Okay. I didn't want to talk to you either. I wasn't interested in talking to you either. Rude.
Backed out. And that's not all Donald Trump backed out of. Brian Stelter reports that overnight he learned of another planned Trump interview that was suddenly scrapped. He writes, NBC News thought it had secured a sit-down with Trump to discuss the economy.
What you eating?
According to 3 sources with knowledge of the matter. The interview is expected to take place in Philadelphia.
Odie, what you eating?
What?
Oh my God.
You're good.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You're good,
I
love
listened to you like
You're good.
all day.
You're good.
I think I sent you a little Cash App the other day.
Oh, thank you so
Under
much.
another
That's so
name.
nice.
But I love you.
I love you right back.
I don't even know how to get out of here. Oh
I
my
got
God.
you. I got you. I
Okay.
got you. Thank you for
Johnny.
tuning in. That made my day. Now that was funny. Love you, Odie. That was so funny. Hello, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
I am.
Ew.
Can you hear me?
I wish I didn't.
Why is that?
Well, because you're voting for a felon, and that's not really... Ooh, drop my wand. Oh, no. So why are you voting for a criminal?
I like his views. I like
You support the
what he
sexual
stands
abuse? Like Donald Trump's view on sexual abuse? You're like, you two are two peas in a pod. You agree on sexual abuse? Is that what it is?
for. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, so the fraud. Like you like the fraud, two peas, like two birds of a feather. You see the fraud and you're like, ripping off the middle class. That's the way to go. Like, is that you? Did I get it right?
No, I didn't say that either.
Okay, well then what exactly are you saying? Do you like the racism? Was that what you liked?
How is he racist?
No, I was just curious.
Well, I don't think he's racist.
Well, listen, you're the one who said that you agree and that, you see eye to eye with him on these stances. So I was curious what it was.
So the other day
Maybe
when
you two
Barack
could share a
Obama
prison
came
cell
out
together.
and told all the black men he needs to vote for them, vote for Harris. How is that not racist?
That's not racist. And first off, Obama didn't say that. Secondly, even if he did say that, not racist. Do you know what is racist? Donald Trump saying that Kamala Harris isn't a black woman when she is. Do you know what is racist? Donald Trump saying to Barack Obama that he wasn't born in America and needs to give him his birth certificate while starting a conspiracy theory that Donald Trump was not eligible to become president solely because he's a black
eligible?
man.
He was elected.
Right.
Kamala
Barack
was
Obama
not
is
elected.
eligible. Donald Trump said Barack Obama's not eligible. So now let's get back on topic here. Why are you voting for a felon?
Just because he was convicted.
Are we really doing this? You can't answer the question? Now what? You're going to tell me he's not a criminal? How many times do I need to explain to you, MAGA Republicans, he's a criminal?
But
great,
he
so you
wasn't a
understand he's a
criminal
criminal.
before he tried to run.
Okay, so you understand he's a criminal. Why are you voting for the criminal?
Because I agree with his policies.
Thank you so much, Cerberus, by the way. I just received your cash up. That was very nice, Cerberus. Thank you so much. All right, so you're voting for the criminal because answer on policy. Can you tell me one policy that Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans, like the majority who are in this channel as we speak? What did he do for us?
He's getting rid of the taxes on...
No, yeah, so I didn't say what is he going to do. I asked you what he did do. Name a policy he passed, because he was already president, that benefited the middle class economically.
He helped build the border wall.
Sir.
We need to keep the illegals out.
Sir.
I agree with letting...
Sorry, that wasn't an answer to the question I asked you. And that was a concept of an answer, if you will. Again, let's first off recognize Obama built 400 miles. Donald Trump built 50 miles. Secondly, the question was
Trump
about...
built more than 50 miles. I
No, he
live by
didn't.
the border. I see what he built.
That's so great. You see what Obama built. Obama built 400 miles. Trump built 50. Do you want to say otherwise? Because I could put on the Jeopardy music and fact check me. That's fine. Let me look up the Jeopardy music. While you're here, can you please tell me one policy Donald Trump passed that economically benefited middle-class Americans? Because for some reason, you pivoted to the border without telling me that economic policy. If you don't know, that's fine, but then say you don't know.
He gave tax cuts.
Okay, what was the tax deduction for the middle class?
Oh, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head.
But you're going to talk about the policy? You don't know the numbers, but you're going to say that that benefited the middle class without knowing the policy.
No, it
Is that right?
benefited me.
No, it didn't.
Benefited me more than the increase in taxes that I've received.
Nobody
under
raised your
Biden and
taxes.
Harris.
So fun fact, you're under Donald Trump's tax policy still. You understand
And it
that?
goes till 2025.
Right. So you saying that they increased your taxes does not compute. Now let's recognize Donald Trump gave a 1 to 2% tax cut to the middle class. He gave 14% to corporations. That's a massive discrepancy. That's a massive distinction. 1 to 2 for the middle class, and it's a temporary tax cut that expires next year. 14% for corporations who are already making record high profits. Okay.
Without the corporations,
I'm not done.
Work at them though.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
Donald Trump simultaneously, after causing an $8 trillion debt via this 14% corporate tax deduction, also implemented god-awful tariffs, like the 15 to 25% tariff on agriculture that has been since removed, but when implemented, led to a disaster in our agriculture industry, causing farmers to close their doors, leading to a $230 billion tax hike on the middle class via produce and other agriculture-related products. So what? Donald Trump threw pennies at you, and then you had to pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for his tariffs?
I know many farmers that flourished under Donald Trump.
And I know many farmers that had to go out of business under Donald Trump.
No.
Look no further than Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Farming capital of the world. Struggled far more than anybody else under Donald Trump because of these tariffs.
Look under Yuma, Arizona, the lettuce capital of the world.
Oh, lettuce.
And
I'm talking about farming
flourished.
as a whole. Thank you for lettuce. Thank you for lettuce. I'm talking about farming as a whole. So now, tell me again. You brought up the tax policy. Hopefully you learned something there and you understand that Donald Trump was no good for farmers, no good for small businesses, no good for middle-class Americans, and that his tax policy was for corporations, led to an $8 trillion deficit, while also hiking up taxes on the middle class via tariffs, $230 billion. You brought up the border, and I'd be curious to talk about that. But first, I want to know: do you actually know any of Kamala's economic policies? Do you know any of them?
I have not heard one.
Right, because you're not interested in learning or looking up the candidates. I mean, Kamala's been on Kamala has been on our website. Yeah. Are you good? Is that your ringtone? You wanna?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's not okay. You wanna? Okay.
I turned it off. Go ahead.
Great.
I'm listening.
So let's make clear here. You don't know any of her policies, and it's not because she's not reaching you. She was on Fox News last night, my guy. She's traveling and meeting rural voters everywhere. If she can meet rural voters and rural voters know what she stands on, you can know what she stands on too. It's you purposefully neglecting to look at her policies. That's on you. I mean, she says these repeatedly. Sure. Look at the $25,000 down payment for first-time home buyers. $10,000 additional tax incentive, the $50,000 for small business entrepreneurs, $6,000 permanent child tax credit. Mind you, Donald Trump, I'm not done. Donald Trump, that's a down payment. Donald Trump does not support any of that, and he does not believe in expanding the child tax credit anymore. So I want to recognize here, Kamala's plan is paid for because she's going to take away the 14% corporate tax deduction that Donald Trump implemented. Donald Trump doesn't want to give money to the middle class. Fun fact, the middle class isn't even part of his policy this time, except for the no tax on tips, which she's also implementing and Bernie Sanders introduced. But he's going to offer the equivalent of a 1% to 2% tax deduction again, further cut corporate taxes, and this will lead, according to Penn Wharton economists, Donald Trump's own alma mater, to a $3 trillion deficit and an additional $2,500 to $3,900 coming out of the pockets of middle-class Americans every single year. So you don't understand economics. Also, I know you don't, because you're saying, oh, well, costs are higher now, and why am I losing money? Inflation's at the same thing it was in 2018. So let's stop playing. If you're saying that your economy is bad today, and you're saying that costs are high and your taxes are high when you're under Donald Trump's tax policy as we speak, and inflation is down to what it was in 2018, then the only person you're gaslighting here is yourself, because you're not tricking anybody else. So let's talk about the border. What is Donald Trump's border policy? I assume you know.
To close the border.
How?
I also agree that we need to put the razor wire back. It's only inhumane.
How's he going to close the border? Okay, do you want to build the wall?
I do want to build the wall.
He wants to put 2,000 border agents on the wall. Do you want to spend the money on the salaries? You want to do that? You want border security at the wall too? You want to fund the agents?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to put a limit on immigration? You want to cap immigration?
If they come through legally.
No, this is legal. No, he's saying legal. He's saying that he says that it's like filling a water bottle, that you don't want it to overflow. And so he thinks that we're going to get flooded by legal immigrants if we cut off the illegal way. So do you want to cap immigration? You want to do that?
I'd be okay with that.
Fuck it, whatever. Do you want to block illegal asylum seekers? ILL. You want to do that?
Yes.
So if somebody needs to seek asylum here, though, you want to turn them around illegally. They're illegal, but still, they need to come here. You want to turn them around?
If they're illegally coming, then yes.
Okay, and the last one, fine. And then we'll talk about Kamala, and I want you to do the same for her. I want you to do this exact same thing for her when we talk about Kamala. Do you want to give money to border states? Donald Trump is saying millions of dollars to border states like Texas, because he says it's states' rights that if he misses a crack or crevice in his big, beautiful wall, then they could fill in the crack or crevice. You want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, fine. And now I want you to do the same thing for Kamala.
Okay.
You want to hear Kamala's policy?
Go ahead.
That was it. Donald Trump's not even running on the wall this time. Donald Trump is running on mass deportation. That was Kamala's policy. You just supported it through and through. You said that you would do the same for Kamala.
I agree.
Now, Benjamin, say this. My name is Benjamin, and I endorse Kamala Harris's border policy. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Benjamin. I endorse Kamala Harris's border policy.
Perfect. Thank you. Great.
You're welcome. Thank you for informing me.
Yeah, I'm glad. Now, here's the thing. You're saying you're voting.
I have a question.
No, here's a learning lesson. You're saying you're voting for a felon who quite literally stopped a border bill that would have accomplished everything you just said you agreed with months ago, which was written and introduced by Republicans in collaboration with Kamala and Joe Biden. So then, don't be a hypocrite. Vote for Kamala, get the border policy you want, and recognize that Donald Trump's economic stance and his background in economics makes clear he stands for corporations. You seem immensely uninformed on this. You seem very uneducated when it comes to this. I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying it as a you need to do better. You need to research this, look on their websites, look at the policies. You clearly agree with Kamala's policy. You just said it. You need to research. You shouldn't be debating. You shouldn't be coming up here. No, hold on. You shouldn't be coming up here. That's great. You should not be coming up here to debate me. You should be going to your computer and tippity tapping on your keyboard, KamalaHarris.com, and reviewing her policies. You are not ready to be debating somebody on behalf of Donald Trump. You need to research and actually figure out if he's even your candidate.
Be in the United Nations?
Sir, here's one more time. Listen to what I'm saying.
It's a question.
You are not. I hear you. You pivoted there. I'm telling you, you're about to be hocus pocus out on the pretense that you're coming into a debate without knowing a single policy that either of them have or want to pass. And you just said yourself, your name is Benjamin, and you endorse Kamala Harris on the border policy. That right there makes very clear to everybody. Kamala is your candidate, not Trump, but you want to argue with me as to why you're voting for Trump. You should not be debating me. You should be typing on your computer KamalaHarris.com and reviewing her policies. That's the next step. What you should have done right there was say, Johnny, you're right. I know the policies. Obviously, Kamala has some good policies that I agree with. Let me go do some more research and come back in a week. That's what you should have done. But that's not what you did. You instead moved on to, let me try to defend Donald Trump again, even after I just endorsed Kamala Harris. That's not normal behavior. That's sheep-like behavior. That's cult-like behavior. So we're going to do a bibbity-bobbity boop, and we're going to escort you out in 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Hocus pocus. Gone. Let's get up our next guest. Like, that's wild, folks. That was really wild. And he really thought after endorsing Kamala on the border that he was going to say, oh, well, let's talk about Trump again. Come on, my guy. Gabe, hi. Are you voting for the felon? 3, 2, 1. Like, that was wild. That was really wild. Can we just recognize he literally did endorse Kamala Harris on the border, though? Like he said, he said, my name is Benjamin, and I endorse Kamala Harris on the border. Perfect. Thank you, MAGA Republican. Wow. MAGA Republicans are really endorsing Kamala Harris today, and we love to see it. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, feel free to hit that follow button in the top left corner and join our family. Or if you want to support my travels as I continue to meet voters in person, my Venmo, PayPal, and my Cash App are in the bio. Solly, how do I pronounce your name? Hello? Okay, bye. I didn't even get your name. Not very nice if you ask me. Let's get up our next guest. Man, they're not coming up. We might need to do a live reset. Where are these MAGA Republicans? Why are they hiding?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? No? No response?
Hi, guest. Are you voting for Donald Trump?
Yep. Yes, I am. Your mods are already muting me. Why are you doing?
Guest, so why are you voting for Donald Trump? Aw, guess what happened? Guess my voice is still coming out of your cell phone because you haven't actually left the live stream. my voice is still coming out of your cell phone because you're still in the live stream. Unless you turn off your phone entirely or come back in here and leave the live stream, my voice is going to be part of your phone for the rest of your life. We're going to be spending the holidays there you go. He turned off his phone. That was funny. Sometimes it's fun to mess with them. Like it's just a little fun, you know? Because why not? Hello, guest. Are you voting for the criminal?
Yes.
And you support crime because?
I do it myself.
Dude, even your dog is barking at you. What was that? Okay.
Was good.
So you're saying you commit crimes yourself and that's why you're happy to vote for the criminal?
Whoa, I just got muted. What's up with that?
You're not muted.
Oh, I just got a notification for it. Okay, what was that? Sorry, you just cut out.
Okay. You're voting for the criminal because you said you commit crimes?
Do you think all criminals are bad?
I don't know. I mean, the way I think about it is like this. It's pretty easy not to commit a crime. Just a thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Chat, am I wrong? It's easy not to commit a crime, right? Like, it's easy not to commit a crime. Maria, thank you for the $5 for the tea on me. I appreciate it. We're going to stock up right after this. So, folks, it's easy not to commit a crime, right? True or false? Oh, looks like everybody agrees. Pretty easy not to commit a crime. So you what? You resonate with Donald Trump on committing crimes? That's like something you're like, wow, Donald Trump committed a crime, and that makes him relatable to me. Is that like normal, do you think?
Hey, we'll have 2 crunchy tacos. You want them?
Dude, what was that? What was that? Like your mom walks in and goes, you want 2 crunchy tacos? Come on, MAGA, your mom wants to know if you want crunchy tacos. It's Taco Thursday. Wow. That's embarrassing. Not the mom walking in. You want crunchy tacos? David, do you want crunchy tacos?
That was pretty funny.
David, how old are you?
21.
When were you born?
2003.
Gotcha. And why are you voting for a criminal?
I'm not really. Like, it's my first year voting. I know I could have voted when I was 18, but
are you voting for the criminal or are you voting for Kamala?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we don't really win either way. Maybe because
No, you absolutely win, especially as a 21-year-old, right? Like, it's not even just middle class as 21-year-old, because Kamala has the $50,000 credit for middle-class Americans, the small business entrepreneurs. She has the down payment for first-time parents, $6,000.
Like,
talk to Joe Biden. Listen, I got issues with Joe Biden. First off, I want to point out 2 things. One, Kamala has a record making very clear that she is, in fact, middle-class focused, both as an attorney general and senator. And as vice president, she doesn't have the same executive authority as Joe Biden. And I got issues with Joe Biden, which is why I wasn't doing these live streams or traveling the country meeting voters for Joe Biden. I will do that for Kamala because Kamala gets it. And Joe Biden's fine. Joe Biden too. Joe Biden's fine. I have my issues with Joe Biden. This being one of them. I also want to make clear that Congress is led by the Republicans right now via the House. And so when you see issues like this, policies not passing to benefit people like you got to point your finger at them. I also want to recognize additionally that, for example, on student debt, that was Donald Trump's Supreme Court that blocked it. So you have Republicans in Congress going at it, trying to tackle you. You have Republicans in the Supreme Court appointed by Donald Trump slapping you down financially. And now you have Kamala saying, all right, I got policies that are going to benefit you, vote for me. And yet you're undecided? Like, dude, vote for her. Like, she will put money in your pocket.
She said in her last debate that, like, she agreed with everything like Joe Biden, was saying in her last debate.
What did you just say?
You didn't see her last debate when her last talk like a couple days ago? They said like I agree in her interview. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't know what you're saying either. Here's what you're going to want to do. If you have any questions about the 2 candidates and you want to talk about it, fine, we can have that conversation. Feel free to message me. As far as these 2 candidates, I want you to recognize again that Kamala Harris has policies that quite literally benefit you specifically and personally. It's not just middle class with her. She is very youth focused on this, and that will benefit you. Donald Trump has not a single policy that benefits you financially. In fact, he is quite literally advocating against anything that supports you financially, both housing-wise, job-wise. He doesn't have a single policy to support first-time parents. And if you want to have kids, know that he doesn't got your back financially, not a single cent's going to you. And he also doesn't have a policy that supports student debt forgiveness. So if you have student debt, you're not on his timeline either. But anyhow, Do some more research on this. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Let's get up our next guest. If you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on up. Come on up. You look at Russia and you look at China and everybody agrees that he's a very nice guy. Oh, these are backwards. He's a very nice guy. Come on up. Come talk. Oh, she ran away. She ran away. She ran to China. She ran to China. She doesn't want to have a conversation with me. Let's try to get up our next guest. Folks, again, if you are voting for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on up. Let's have a discussion. Hello, guest. Are you voting for the 45th convicted felon of the United States? Are we in your back pocket right now? Oh, I think we're getting in the car with him.
You are.
Nice. Where are we going?
No, I'm at home.
Gotcha. And why are you voting for a criminal?
Because the policies you guys...
Hey, while you're out, can you pick up Panera? While you're out, can you please pick up Panera?
I got Panera in my barn. Did you want me to just turn it on for you?
Okay, I don't know what all that meant. But again, if you're out, can you pick up Panera bread? And then they have like an avocado chicken sandwich that sounds really good. Can you grab it? Panera, yeah. Have you never been? Do they not have Panera where you are?
Gay, doesn't it? Sounds kind of gay.
Panera?
Sounds
I mean,
gay,
listen. Yes or no? I don't really care. Yeah. Whatever you want to say. Just get me my order quicker. I don't really care. Like, I don't care what you want to call it. It's food is food. I don't really care if the food identifies whatever sexuality it's got. Like, what does a potato sexuality have to do with anything? It's a potato. So give me get me the food. Can you get me the avocado chicken sandwich, please?
No, not right now. Are we debating?
Then why would you ask me on a date? Like, what was this? You said we were going in your car. You said that you were going to pick me up food, and now you're backing out. What a chicken. Anyway, why are you voting for a criminal?
Border crisis.
Okay. Do you know what Donald Trump's border policy is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to build the wall?
Actually, he was building it until you guys
It was just a yes or no. Do you want to build the wall? It was just a yes or no. Do you want to build the wall?
Listen, you guys.
This was really just a yes or no. My guy, listen. This was really just a yes or no. We don't have the house. No, we don't have the house. No. So again, tell me, do you want to build the wall? Do you want to build the wall? Do you want to build the wall? You're getting very emotional. You're getting very emotional. Calm down. You're up here. You got to take it down here. You're up here. Listen, if you're going to get emotional, you got to get me the Panera bread. Again, you're up here. Take it down here. You're up here. Take it down here. So you want to build the wall? Yes or no? It's like a yes or no question, and you're not giving an answer.
A question. 2010.
I'm going to ask you a question. Here's what we're going to do.
And the Senate.
One more time now. I said, do you want to build the wall? And you won't answer a yes or no question. And I know why you won't. If you want me to say why, I will after you answer the question. Yes or no, do you want to build the wall? And I'm going to get out the wall now. I know you've been waiting half an hour to talk to me. I'm more than happy to waste your half hour. I will boot you off the live. We'll do a little bippity boppity boot. So tell me again, do you want to build the wall? Yes or no?
Didn't Biden want to build the wall too?
Do you want to build the wall? Yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you want to
and I think Biden did too.
2,000 border agents to monitor the wall?
Just like Trump, yes.
Okay, I don't get the sass. Why are you so emotional? Whatever. So, do you want to put a limit on immigration?
Trump wants.
Do you want to put a limit on immigration?
Just like Trump, yes.
Okay. Do you want to block illegal asylum seekers? Catherine. Oh, y'all, Catherine. Oh, I wish somebody would ping Catherine's comment. Catherine, you're so right. Like, I'm not going to say what she said, but Catherine, you're right. So, guess, do you want to block illegal asylum seekers?
Explain what illegal asylum.
So, if somebody comes here and they're an illegal immigrant, Donald Trump is saying he's going to turn them around for half a decade and that they can't come back until 5 years later. Do you agree with blocking illegal immigrants from seeking asylum?
As long as they come in illegally.
Correct. Okay.
Yes.
Last, do you want to give money to border states? Donald Trump says it's called states' rights, and that he will give money to states like Texas so that Republican Governor Greg Abbott can fill in any crack or crevice in his big, beautiful border wall. Do you agree with that?
I agree what Trump was saying, yes.
This is too easy.
He agrees with that.
Chat, this is far too easy. Chat, do you guys want to tell him? Hold on, one second. Hold on, listen closely. Listen closely. Shh, quiet time for you. Chat, do you guys want to tell him? All right, guess, look at the chat. They'll tell you. Go ahead. Go on, chat. I'll let you guys have the honor. What just happened to him, huh? Oh, look at that. It's Kamala's plan. Oh, you just endorsed Kamala's plan. And you were so uneducated. Hold on, quiet time.
Plan,
we don't got to hear you screaming. We don't got to hear you screaming right now. We don't got to. I know you're emotional. Listen, stop. Calm down, calm down. You don't got to sit here screaming and crying. I get you're emotional. You were already emotional before you even went off on this. Yes, I would be mad too if I just did what you did. If I just endorsed Kamala's plan as a MAGA Republican because I thought it was Donald Trump, then I would also be very mad. You need to stop unmuting. It's very aggressive. It's very emotional. Calm down. Count to 10 or whatever you know how to count to, probably like 7. And I'll give you a hint. 6 comes after 5. So again, I want to recognize here that you just claimed to endorse Donald Trump's policy. You said you support Donald Trump's policy. But that was Kamala's policy. She's running on that. Did you know that Donald Trump's not even running on the border wall this year? No, it's not. Donald Trump's not even running on the wall this year. I get you're emotional. Again, count to 10. Take a breather real quick, my guy. You got to calm down. Take a breather. Count to 10. Do whatever you got to do. But you clearly need to calm down. I get it. I would also be mad if I just did what you did, but I didn't do what you did. You just did that. You did that. You did that all on your own. You even tried to justify it by saying, well, yeah, Donald Trump agrees with blah, blah, blah. Calm down. Calm. Let's calm down. All right. All right. All right. Now I want to be clear. It's not his policy. This is literally on our website. Okay. So now do me a favor. What's your first name, by the way?
That's Trump's policy also.
It's not. It's not. It's literally not. It's not. It's not. So again, you can't bend the facts here because they have two distinct. Sir, they have two separate websites. I did. I did actually. They have two. All right. Listen.
I dare you.
2 points here. One, they have. I have, and I will again. But here's the point. You can also look this up. It's not hard. KamalaHarris.com, DonaldJTrump.com. They have two websites with distinct policies. You just endorsed the policy on Kamala's website, not Donald Trump's website. Donald Trump's website says mass deportation, which is a totally separate policy. I also want to make clear here that this is also part of the border bill that Donald Trump struck down. So as you're saying that's Donald Trump's policy, no. Donald Trump made very clear he does not agree with this. And again, you are vigorously trying to unmute your mic. You are getting agitated and aggressive. I understand you're mad because you just endorsed Kamala. But now what I want you to do to prove you're not a hypocrite is say your first name. What is your first name?
Ramon.
Okay, Ramon. So now do this. Say, my name's Ramon, and I just endorsed Kamala Harris's border policy. And in fact, you could even do it like those Disney Channel people who are like, my name's Miley Cyrus, and you're watching Hannah Montana. And then they make the little Mickey Mouse with the wand. Here, use the wand. Say, my name's Ramon, and I just endorsed Kamala Harris. Da-da-da-da-da. Or whatever the Disney Channel song is. You know what I'm talking about. Do it. Go ahead. Say, my name's Ramon, and I just endorsed Kamala Harris. So, yeah, again, let me do this one more time. Here's the wand. Here's the wand.
And
do it.
Senate?
Da-da-da-da-da. Do the wand.
Right
Come
at
on.
2020?
Say that your name's Ramon and you're endorsing Kamala Harris's border policy.
How come you're not answering my question?
Whoop. How come you're not answering the border policy?
How come you're not answering my question?
How come you're not saying what I just told you to?
How come you're not answering my
How come
question?
you're not saying what I just told you to?
My question
you
right
just
now.
endorsed Kamala Harris's border policy. If you think you have the upper hand and that you're going to ask me the next question, you are sorely wrong. let me
earlier,
explain this to you one more
do not
time.
wanna
Shh,
tell me
quiet time.
Who had the house?
Okay. The roid rage is beyond real. People keep commenting
Who had
that.
the
Yeah,
House
guys,
and
I
who had
know.
the Senate?
Shh, listen very closely. Again, this border deal was under negotiations, and it was about to pass in a bipartisan way between your Republican Congress and the Democratic executive. That right there was blocked by Donald Trump. You're saying, well, the Democrats had the House and Senate. Yes, and they were working on this bill. And they were still working on this bill that allocated millions and millions and millions of dollars to secure the border. That doesn't happen overnight. Okay? So what you're saying makes zero sense, but I asked you again because you just said your name's Ramon and you are endorsing Kamala Harris on the border policy. Let me know again. Will you make clear that you just endorsed Kamala Harris on the border policy? Go ahead.
I will not endorse.
Oh,
Come on.
Listen, that's because you're a hypocrite. But Michael did just drop a 20 to kick you, so here's what we're going to do real quick. On the count of three, everybody, hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Boop. Gone. Thank you, Michael. Let's get some W. Michaels in the chat, please. Let's get some W. Michaels in the chat. That was phenomenal. Richie, hi. Are you voting for the criminal? 3, 2, 1. Bye. What is up with these MAGA Republicans, people? I just can't anymore. What is going on with the MAGA Republicans? Folks, I think it's probably time we go have dinner. What do you think? I think that after that the cough. Where's my inhaler? I gotta take my inhaler and I gotta go have dinner. Let's all go have dinner. Let's all go have dinner. I think we'll come back in about an hour. I think it's dinner time. I don't think that we're gonna have a better place to end this live until we go into the next one, because we just had a MAGA Republican endorse Kamala Harris on border policy, point by point. I don't think it's going to get better than that right now. I mean, that was phenomenal, right? Like, that was a MAGA Republican who just endorsed Kamala Harris on the border. Let me tell you something. Every MAGA Republican, every single MAGA Republican supports Kamala Harris's border policy. Not one MAGA Republican has disagreed with her border policy. You guys know, because you're in the live all the time. Like, we see this all the time. Like, MAGA Republicans endorse her border policy. Every single one. Like Taylor right here said, no, we don't. No, Taylor, you do. All you MAGA Republicans do. You love her and you love her border policy. You just don't like that she's a black woman. Period. Right? Because you endorse her border policy when I tell you it's Donald Trump's, and then when I tell you, oh, you got tricked, it's Kamala's, you guys back it up. You MAGA Republicans love Kamala Harris and her border policy. You just don't like that she's a black woman. The second it's a white man introducing it, you guys are like, yeah, I love it. But he didn't introduce it, she did. See how that guy Ramon just did it? When I said it was the white man doing the border policy, he was like, yeah. And then when I said, oh no, it was actually the black woman, not the white man, he was like, no, now I hate it. See how it's not about policy? It's about race with you? That's the thing. See, that part. And I'll call it like it is. That part. That's the part. So anyhow, what are y'all having for dinner? And a big thank you to our moderators. I saw King T, I saw MT. Thank you to our moderators for taking the time to tune in and for keeping this comment section as a safe space for people. We all greatly appreciate it. So thank you for taking your time to do that. Thank you. W mods in the chat, please. Somebody's having pizza. Somebody said they had an Uncrustable. That's phenomenal. And when am I coming back? I'll probably be back on in about an hour. I want to go get some dinner. I got chicken. I'm going to go eat the chicken. Salmon, broccoli, and rice. Salmon sounds so good right now. Burgers, chicken wrap, Chipotle bowl. What's in the Chipotle bowl? Pasta, leftovers. Leftovers is honestly a great dinner, I'll tell you. Leftovers is second best dinner to breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner is the best dinner. It does not get better than breakfast for dinner. Tortellini. Spaghetti, steak, French toast, tofu with veggies. I love tofu so much. Actually, let me take that back. I don't love tofu. I like the people who prepare tofu. Tofu is really, it depends on who makes it. If they make it well, it tastes good. You could really mess up tofu though. Oh, I've had some bad tofu. And I'm not like vegan or vegetarian. I just like the taste. It just tastes good. Turkey wings, enchiladas, burgers and mac and cheese. Crunchy tacos. The funniest part of the day, honestly, was that guy, the MAGA Republican, and then like his ma or something walked in and was like, do you want 2 crunchy tacos? I'm like, that was embarrassing. He ran so quick when she did that. That was funny. Salmon, Chick-fil-A, meatloaf, Peas. Tuna melt. Nice. Oh, now I'm hungry. Now I gotta go eat. All right. We'll come back probably in about an hour. Let's all go have dinner. See y'all in a little bit, okay?